champions, the Navasota Rattlers. This week, it is a trip to Trinity Mother Frances Rose Stadium in Tyler for the Region 3 Finals, and the opponent is the Silsby Tigers. Carthage is on the cusp of winning a 6th regional championship under head coach Scott Surratt, and just 3 wins away from a 5th state title. Your broadcast crew tonight in Tyler is Larry Allen bringing you the play-by-play, Mark Harris with the color, and from the sidelines of Earl Campbell Field will be Clay Ihlo. It's time now for the starting lineups, but first a word from Panola College.
Panola College is an excellent place to receive your education. With campuses in Carthage, Center, and Marshall, classes are located in your backyard. From basic curriculum to special skills, from English and science to nursing and welding, you can find what you need at Panola College. Online courses are available for working students. For more information, call 903-693-2000 or see them on the web at panola.edu. Panola College, a great learning experience.
And now live from Trinity Mother Frances Rose Stadium in Tyler, here is Larry Allen.
All right, thank you very much, Clay Ihlo. Indeed, we are coming to you live from Earl Campbell Field, Trinity Mother Frances Rose Stadium, the home of Tyler Lee and also John Tyler High School. And we've got big action for you tonight. This is the state quarterfinals, otherwise known as the Region 3 Championship in Class 4A Division 1 between the Carthage Bulldogs with a record of 10-3 and the Silsby Tigers, who are 11-2. Silsby knocked us off in 1998 in the playoffs, and then we returned the favor to them both in 2012 and 2013, so this will be the 4th meeting between these two teams. Let's take a look at the Bulldog offense first, and we'll start with the offensive line. In the middle is 5'11", 253-pound senior Brandon Carlson. Started all 14 games this year for the Dogs. At right guard, not for sure who we're going to have. Kedrick Henderson is on my depth chart, but I think he's doubtful for tonight. 5'10", 300-pound senior. If he's not in there, it'll be Jacoby Hawkins, who is a 6', 270-pound senior. The left guard is Peyton Bickham, 6'1", 210-pound junior. Left tackle is Kagan Baldry, 6'3", 240-pound senior. And the right tackle is 6'3", 260-pound junior Tanner Elliott. So again, it's going to be Carlson at center, Henderson and Hawkins, or Henderson and Bickham at the guard positions, and the tackles will be Kagan Baldry and Tanner Elliott. All right, we'll return to take a look at the Carthage backfield right after this message from your Sports Beat station, KGAS.
Country at its best. That's our town motto. And part of what makes living here so good is having access to health care that rivals what's available in much bigger cities, because ETMC Carthage is right here in the heart of our community. ETMC Carthage, where emergencies are treated around the clock, and our Level 4 Trauma Center, where you'll find advanced radiology and imaging technology, specialists in cardiology, internal medicine, family medicine, and much more. It's personalized attention only found in close-knit communities like ours. ETMC Healthcare at its best right here in Carthage.
At Prosperity Bank, you're considered part of our family, so we offer a variety of checking accounts to suit any lifestyle, including a few with no minimum balance requirement. Need teen checking, mobile banking, or hassle-free debit card? Look no further than Prosperity Bank. And if you're in the market for a loan, such as a home equity loan or refinance, we're the bank to call. Your financial future is our focus. Prosperity Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Go Bulldogs.
It may be hot one day and cold the next, but whatever Mother Nature throws our way, you can always count on a Train heating and cooling system. Hal and Bruce Whitaker at Howell's AC Heating and Electrical are the names to know to keep you in the comfort zone. Whether it's residential, commercial, industrial, or oil field work, Howell's AC Heating and Electrical is the one to call for service on all makes and models. 903-693-7451. That's 693-7451 for Howell's AC Heating and Electrical.
All right, let's take a look at the backfield for the Bulldogs. Jared Blissett, 2-year starter at quarterback, 6', 232-pound senior. And what a year this young man is having. 231 of 384 through the air. That is a percentage completion of 60.2%, 3,437 yards, 35 touchdowns, 9 passes picked off. Those 3,437 yards are only 566 yards shy of the all-time season record for a Carthage High School player, and that is Blake Bogenschutz, who set the record with 4,003 yards in 2013. So if we play 3 more games, and that's the key, how many more games will we play, then Blissett would only need to average 189 yards per game, and he's well over that average for the year, and he would match the record of Bogenschutz. At fullback will be Brewster Griffith. Griffith, a 5'6", 170-pound junior. The tailback, and what production we got last week from these two gentlemen, 283 yards combined last week for Ravadney Hardy and Keontae Ingram. Hardy, a 5'6" senior, 166 carries, 901 yards, 8 TDs, 17 receptions for 179 yards, and 1 touchdown. And Ingram, who has really come on strong, gangbusters the last 2 weeks, he has 73 carries for the year, 630 yards, 7 touchdowns, 13 receptions, 185 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And you heard Coach Surratt saying that of all the tailbacks we've had, he's the very best out of the backfield. In other words, he could line up, as Coach Surratt said, and play wide receiver. He's the very best coming out of the backfield and receiving the ball that we've had here at Carthage in the past 9 years. That's saying something. In the last 2 ball games, 30 rushes for 366 yards, so he's averaging 12 yards per carry, 5 touchdowns, and thus in the last 2 ball games. So, again, it'll be Blissett at quarterback, Griffith at fullback when we line up in that formation, and Hardy and Ingram splitting time at tailback. All right, we'll take a look at our receivers, and we've got some good ones there too, right after this break from your Sports Beat station, KGAS.
We all like to save money, and State Farm can help with discounts. When you combine your car insurance with your State Farm homeowner's insurance, you get big savings. So talk to me, Agent Tate Barber, and experience the good neighbor service that has made us America's #1 insurance company. Together, we can help you make sure you get the discount you deserve. No policy with State Farm? No problem. Call me, Agent Tate Barber, at 903-693-7555, or stop by my office, 1502 West Panola, directly across the street from McDonald's, to find out how much a multi-line discount can save you.
For more than 100 years, First State Bank and Trust Company has been a strong, trusted bank the people of Panola County can count on. Today, we are one of the few banks in East Texas to earn a 5-star rating for strength and security from the premier national rating service. Bauer Financial has rated the bank one of the strongest and continues to do so year after year, good times or bad. We're proud of this honor, but are even more proud of the people we serve. To learn more, call, click, or come by. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Panola County football isn't shy, and God says neither should we. The Apostle Paul encouraged his young friend Timothy, "For God did not give us the spirit of timidity, but a spirit of power and of love and of self-discipline." This is Steve Jackson, pastor of Central Baptist Church in Carthage. Share your weekend with us as we worship God and find strength for abundant life this Sunday morning at 10:45.
All right, let's take a look at the wideouts for the Bulldogs, and the leading receiver in East Texas leads the way. That is JaKeldrick Jackson, 5'10", 170-pound senior, 76 receptions this year, 1,321 yards, and 14 touchdowns. Another wideout, and he's really come on strong the last 3 or 4 ball games. That's Hunter Townsend. Boy, what a talent there. 5'10", 180, a sophomore, 42 receptions, 656 yards, 5 touchdowns. He's also carried the football 30 times for 202 yards and 1 touchdown. And if you've been at Bulldog games recently or you've listened to our broadcast, you know that he'll be taking at least 1 or 2 snaps tonight during this ball game in the Wildcat formation. And other wideouts that we'll be seeing tonight will include Roderick Callaway. Callaway, just a junior. You've heard Coach Surratt say that when the ball's in the air, no one adjusts better to it than Rod Callaway. And let's mention our tight end going both ways. That is Jared McClellan, 6'3", 220-pound senior. His motor never stops running. 24 receptions this year, 344 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Well, that's a look at the Bulldog offense. We'll take a look at the defense right after this from KGAS.
Longhorn Grill in Carthage, country cooking at its best. Stop by Longhorn Grill today and enjoy a country fried steak, catfish, shrimp, tilapia, or maybe even a cheeseburger. Longhorn Grill also serves up the best steak in town, and don't forget those mouth-watering desserts such as country peach cobbler and bourbon bread pudding. Open daily 10:30 a.m. until 10 p.m. with catering and to-go orders available. Longhorn Grill on West Panola, where it's all about the food.
At Panola National Bank, we're constantly looking for ways to make community banking even better. Now we're making it easier for you to bank on the go with mobile PNB. Our new mobile banking service allows you to access your accounts directly from your cell phone so you can make transfers, check balances, and search transactions all from the convenience of your cell phone or tablet. Be sure to check out our new free mobile apps in the iTunes Store and the Google Play Store. Panola National Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
School's back. Time to dust off that backpack, sharpen your pencils, and save big on the most important tool of all, super fast internet. For a limited time, when you get Fidelity's high-speed internet with blazing fast 100 meg download speeds, we'll give you 200 channels of free TV for a year, or choose 20 meg internet for just $29.99 a month for a year. As always, there's no data caps, no contract, and free installation. Call your local Fidelity office today, or order online at fidelitycommunications.com/freetv.
Tonight's starting lineup is made possible by Little Nut Oil Company, offering sit-go fuel with locations in Panola and Shelby County. You can always count on Little Nut Oil Company. Well, let's see what the defensive coordinator Darren Preston is going to look like tonight. And it's the same lineup that we've seen for a while now. At one end is Trey Gatlin, 6'6", 220, a junior, 73 tackles this year, 10 quarterback pressures. The other defensive end, who is committed to the University of Texas at San Antonio, 103 tackles, 17 of those for loss, 33 quarterback pressures, 17 quarterback hits, 7 passes broken up, you name it, and he's done it this year, and that is 6'3", 215-pound senior Jared McLean. In the middle, we have 5'11", 220-pound senior Gilbert Perez with 95 tackles, 10 of those for loss, 5 forced fumbles, and 9 quarterback pressures for Gilbert Perez. And the other one inside is Tavorian Pelham. Pelham, a 6', 190-pound senior. So again, the ends are McLean and Gatlin, Pelham, and Perez in the middle. All right, we'll take a look at our 3 linebackers right after this break from KGAS.
Driving across Texas? Get comfortable. There's nearly 300,000 square miles to explore. In a state this big, you need auto coverage from someone who knows it all. Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, for coverage that's right for how and where you drive and every moment of every mile. Call us, because moments worth covering are never accidents.
For all your insurance needs, come see me, Jenny Morgan, out on the loop in Carthage at Panola County Farm Bureau.
Discounts may vary by situation.
This is Mark Harris at Farmers State Bank in Carthage. Did you know Farmers State Bank offers 15, 20, and 30-year fixed-rate mortgages? We will service your loan in-house, and you can make a payment at one of our 5 full-service locations: Center, Main Bank and Rough Rider Branch, Carthage, Joaquin, Shelbyville. So come by Farmers State Bank and let us help you buy the home of your dreams. Farmers State Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Fire and safety equipment supports Bulldog football. Look for our new location at 2699 Southeast Loop in Carthage. Open now. We now offer digital fingerprinting, drug and alcohol compliance testing, along with our full line of PPE equipment. We have you covered from head to toe with the best brands: Ariat, Bulwark, Carhartt, Cinch, Wrangler, Rasco, and Walls. Check us out online at TexasFireAndSafety.com. Go Dogs!
All right, we're back at Rose Stadium, and I don't know what Coach Surratt is going to say to the team before the game, but he might remind them that almost 5 years to the day, December 3rd, 2010, Argyle came in here 13-0 in the state quarterfinals, having given up only 12 points per game defensively. And Anthony Morgan with 3 rushing touchdowns. He threw for another touchdown. Hunter Holland with his rushing touchdown number 33 for the season. And Argyle only giving up 12 points for the year each game. They lost that one 44-27. So the Bulldogs knocked off an undefeated team that night, and they went on the next week to knock off another one, 14-0, Brownwood, in the semifinals. Well, let's hope we have good feelings as we leave here tonight also. Let's take a look at the linebackers. The strong side backer is D. Hearn, 5'8", 160-pound senior, 83 tackles this year for D. Hearn. In the middle, Mikael Gates, he's a sophomore, 6 foot, 215-pounder, 86 tackles, 4 for loss, 4 quarterback pressures, 2 passes broken up. And on the weak side, Brewster Griffith, 5'6", 175-pound junior, 102 tackles. So you have a sophomore, that's Gates, a junior, Griffin, and a senior, D. Hearn. All right, we'll take a look at the secondary right after this break from KGAS, your sports beat station in East Texas.
Randy Hudson, a 1984 Carthage High School graduate, invites you to stop by their new Carthage branch of the Hudson Financial Group. They offer property and casualty insurance on an independent platform, which allows them to help you with all types of risk. With companies like the Hartford, Mass Mutual, and Travelers, to name a few, Randy and his dad Herb look forward to assisting you with your insurance and financial needs. The Hudson Financial Group, 1507 West Panola in Carthage. Call 903-693-7874.
Bauer Furniture's Black Friday sale was so successful, Paul has extended the sale. There is still a great selection. These sale prices are the lowest of the year. Choose from Lazy Boy recliners, love seats, and sofas, dinette sets, living room sofas, curio cabinets, all art and lamps, 25% off, rugs, mirrors, Serta mattresses, all of this and much, much more at Bauer Furniture.
If you need construction done, check with Carlos and Shane Courtney at Courtney Construction Incorporated. They're the best in the business, whether it's pipeline or dirt work or field maintenance or general construction. The Courtneys are well experienced. Give them a call today at 903-694-2911 or stop by 1300 Northeast Loop in Carthage. Courtney Construction Incorporated. When you need it done right, call Courtney Construction. They'll get it done.
Gathering together with friends and family makes the holidays a wonderful time of year. And right now, at Excel Ford in Carthage, we're celebrating the holidays with our first ever Friends and Neighbors pricing event. Come in now, and the low price you see is the low price you pay. No haggle, no hassle, on cars, trucks, SUVs, every nameplate. Nothing held back. You've never seen prices like this. It's our first ever Friends and Neighbors pricing event. Don't miss these savings. You'll find us right on the loop and right on the price. Excel Ford in Carthage.
Clay Ihlo, Mark Harris, Larry Allen coming to you live from Earl Campbell Field, Trinity Mother Frances Rose Stadium in Tyler, Texas. The state quarterfinals between the Carthage Bulldogs and the Silsby Tigers. And I'm going to give you about 5 or 6 young men that we'll see in the secondary. One will be Roderick Calloway, 6'1", 165-pound junior. A young man who had an interception last week and has 2 for the year, 34 tackles, one of those for loss. Micaiah Colbert, 5'8", 170, a sophomore. At free safety, we'll see a lot of Jordan Romero, 5'10", 165, a senior. Also in the secondary, we'll see quite a bit of D. Bowens, 5'8", 140-pound sophomore. At safety, we'll see some of Clark Newman, 5'9", 165, a senior. And at corner, we'll see some of Nick Moore, 5'10", 160-pound junior. So Moore, Newman, Romero, Bowens, Colbert, Callaway, we'll see all of those young men in the Bulldog secondary. We're coming to you live from Tyler, Texas, Rose Stadium. We'll return to the Rose right after this from your sports beat station, KGAS.
Reliable Healthcare at 310 North Adams Street in Carthage is your home medical equipment place, serving Panola County and surrounding areas. We are Medicare and Medicaid approved, offering diabetic supplies, oxygen, walkers, canes, nutritional supplements, feeding pumps, wheelchairs, hospital beds, and more, all at Reliable Healthcare. Call 903-694-2285. And Reliable Healthcare wishes you and your loved ones a very Merry Christmas.
The heat of summer has finally passed, and the next 2 months are a perfect time to get out and enjoy the outdoors. And there's no better place to do just that than Carthage Country Club, located on U.S. Highway 79 North. Carthage Country Club features a 9-hole course, driving range, and full-service bar, where you can relax after a round of golf. Memberships are available, and call about special seasonal pricing, 903-693-9900. Carthage Country Club, proud sponsors of the Carthage Bulldogs.
Tonight's list of officials is brought to you by the Bulldog Stop. Fuel for the car and food for the family. It's all found at the Bulldog Stop. And one unusual thing about this crew from College Station is that unless the piece of paper that I had did not have all the names on it, it's only a 5-man crew. And typically in the playoffs, they go with 7 every ball game. The referee is Jared Jackson. Matt Willis is the umpire. Rick Littleton is your head linesman. The line judge is Bill Van Emmen. And Jeff Zimmerman is the back judge. Again, a 5-man crew. All right, I'm going to mention just one player for Silsbee, and that is the key guy, Dontre Thomas, 6'2", 190-pound senior. He is 165 of 277 through the air for 2,924 yards, 38 touchdowns he's thrown for, and 11 passes picked off. He's rushed 218 times for 1,704 times, and therefore he has rushed for 29 touchdowns. His total yardage he's accounted for 4,628, and if you count the 38 passes he's thrown for TDs and the 29 rushing touchdowns, 67 touchdowns for Dontre Thomas. And he's the young man that when they were trailing El Campo after scoring late in the game last week, he threw the pass to Colton Mackey to get him to within 1 point. He told his coach, let me have it on the 2-point conversion. I'm going to score. He did, and they won it 43-42. Okay, my broadcast partner up here in the booth with me, who's broadcasted 6 state championship football games with me, Mark Harris.
Well, Larry, it's going to be another dogfight, as we expect. You're in the 4th round of the playoffs. There's no pushovers anymore. You've got to work to win. We definitely have to stop that particular young man. If we stop him, then we're going to be okay. We take care of the ball, we're going to be okay. So their defense is not as stout as we faced in the last 2 games. Our biggest fear, as Larry and I talked on the way up here, is a mental letdown because we played a team that was undefeated 2 weeks in a row, both ranked in the top 10, one ranked number 1. And so hopefully we can keep that momentum. Now, Preston has got his defense playing very well. And we're going back to our 3 linebacker set this week. So we got out of that. We went to some down linemen, and then we put extra defensive backs in when we played Navasota because we needed the pass defense. But tonight we're going back to stop that young man from running. I think you either stop him from running or stop him from passing, one of the two. Last week was a very exciting game. I've had so many comments this week on how the game was ebb and flow, and when teams were making mistakes and then they'd turn around and make a great play and you didn't know who was going to win it till the last person had the ball. In that game was one of the prettiest interceptions I ever saw by Jared McLean, and he got called for taunting going in, and which made us have to go in and score, which I think was an advantage to us because we ran a little time off the clock. You never say advantage to a personal foul, but in that particular instance, it probably worked out. And also after that, he went on a tear. Nobody could block him. He made him mad, and nobody could block him. He was making tackles on the other side of the field, and he's the one, I think, that recovered the fumble at the end of the ball game. So Jerry McLean and company, these guys are not used to these tall guys that we've got with lanky arms, and so that affected the quarterback last week for Navasota, who had thrown for 70-something touchdowns or whatever. And in the second half, we shut him down basically because we put pressure. So if we have pressure from our defensive line and our linebackers stay home, I think we'll be fine tonight. Now, Silsbee's thinking upset, big time. They've been talking a lot of noise, I hear. And even the paper down there, I think, said where they were played next week once they beat Carthage. So, but I think that right now we're hot, and Blissett manages the game like he's done every time he's played. He might have thrown an interception here and there during the year, 6, and scored 35 touchdowns. That tells you he's managed every game pretty well. And we could easily be undefeated. We went for 2 the first game of the year to win it. We didn't make it. We had the ball last against Kilgore and last against Gilmer. We should have won those 2 ball games. But that's spilt milk now. We're looking in front who's in front of us tonight, which is Silsbee. And I think that y'all sit back and listen and watch these Bulldogs maybe put a whooping on this bunch. This is KGAS. We'll be back right after this.
When is assisted living the right decision for you when your loved one needs help that they can't get at home? Is it difficult for you to do your laundry, dishes, or keep up your yard? Do you have a fear of falling? Have you been skipping meals or losing weight? At Winker Place, our staff is on site 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and a full-time registered nurse is on call around the clock to oversee care. Apartment living with more. Contact Winker Place Senior Living at 903-694-2525. Winker Place, where seniors thrive.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from our family to yours. Hello, this is Will Blackwell from Pipton Motor Company. 1 month left and the best deals of the year are here. Take advantage of 15% off select Buick Enclaves, 20% off select Sierra SLT trucks, $6,000 off select Buick LaCrosses, 0% for 60 months on all Yukons, supplier pricing on all Tahoes and Suburbans, and up to $7,000 off on select Silverados. This is it, the end of the year deals. Don't miss yours. Pipton Motor Company just across from Panola College or on the web at PiptonMotorCompany.com.
All right, Carthage, the home team tonight, and you can hear the Bulldog crowd in front of us as the Bulldogs come on the field. Clay Ihlo down on the sideline. Clay?
Can you guys hear me?
You bet.
All right. Talking about the game so far, I feel like if we control the ball, don't turn it over, and play good defense, we should be going home with a win.
All right, and Clay, we're going to ask you a little bit later because it's hard for us to judge how much of an advantage would you say we've got in the crowd?
I would say we probably have them outnumbered by at least a couple hundred. It's probably, we almost fill up the entire home side, and they're still, it's probably 2-1.
2-1, okay, all right. All right, we're getting ready for the coin toss, and tonight's Copper Falls coin toss will be coming up shortly. Copper Falls, where you can buy, sell, or trade your fine jewelry. But before we have that, looks like we're going to be lining up. Both teams lining up for the national anthem. The Bulldogs in all red tonight with white numbers, and of course they wear a red helmet. The Silsby Tigers in all white, and they will have maroon numbers and also maroon helmets. And the Carthage band, since we're the home team, the Fighting Bulldog band, will be giving us our national anthem. All right, you can hear the crowd. We're about ready for the kickoff here. Actually, we're going to have the coin toss coming up in just a second. Again, our officiating crew is from College Station, and as we mentioned earlier, sort of unusual that we evidently are going to have a 5-man crew tonight instead of the normal 7 that you have in playoff games. We'll have Coach Surratt next week in the interview why the change there. For the Bulldogs, let's see who's going to go out there as Captain Ravadney Hardy. Looks like it's Jakeldrick Jackson. And then we've got Kagan Baldry, and I think that may be
listed, maybe.
All right, we'll wait and see. Okay, Gilbert Perez. Perez, Baldry, Hardy, and Jackson going out there for the Bulldogs. As we have the coin toss, are we able to pick up the referee tonight, or do you know? We'll wait and get his call on the coin toss here in just a second. Again, Jared Jackson is the referee from College Station. Matt Willis, the umpire, head linesman Rick Littleton. Back judge is Jeff Zimmerman. And Bill Van Emmen is the line judge. Sometimes in these playoff games, they had the coin toss about an hour and a half before game time with the two coaches at the coin toss, and then just sort of a reenactment just before the ball game with the captains. And let's see, we are looking to see there. He just tossed it, so the actual toss was right there. And he turns, first of all, I believe, to Carthage. I think we're going to get the football, is my guess. We'll wait and see his signal in just a moment. Again, we're coming to you live from Earl Campbell Field, Trinity Mother Frances Rose Stadium, Tyler, Texas. And Baldry signals that we're going to get the football. Carthage has won the toss. They're going to get it, and they're going to defend the goal to the north. So Silsbee will be kicking off. Absolutely no wind, 46 degrees here at kickoff here at Rose Stadium. And the opening kickoff tonight is going to be brought to you by the Carthage Sonic. Stop by the Carthage Sonic before or after the game and try the new boneless wings in 6 tantalizing flavors to choose from. Don't forget happy hour, 1/2 price drinks every day from 2 to 4.
Where are you listening to from tonight? Text me at 903-692-3836. 692-3836.
All right, let's see. The Bulldogs are going to send back deep. It's going to be Hunter Townsend and Keontae Ingram. They'll be standing back at about their 10-yard line. Up in front of them at the 20 is going to be Ravadney Hardy. Again, the Bulldogs in all red tonight, white uniforms. They wear a red helmet. And the Silsby Tigers are in all white. Their colors are maroon and white, so they're in all white with maroon numbers and maroon helmets. And we're about to get ready to get it away. This is artificial surface field here. It is lined for soccer. And again, it's the home of both Tyler Lee and John Tyler. So you see the red and white Tyler Lee colors at the middle of the field and the blue and white John Tyler colors. Kicking off for the Silsby Tigers is going to be Carlos Lazo. Lazo, a senior. Soccer-style kicker. He advances on the ball, and here is a line drive kick along the ground, and it's going to be picked up there by Ingram at the 20 to the 25, and he stopped at the 26-yard line. 1st and 10, Carthage at the 26. And we'll be operating behind that offensive line of Brandon Carlson, Peyton Bickham, Jacoby Hawkins, Tanner Elliott, Kagan Baldry. The quarterback, of course, is Jared Blissett. And we'll wait and see who's going to be at tailback for the first play. It'll either be Ravadney Hardy or Keontae Ingram. And as they go out in the field, it's going to be Hardy going out as tailback. McLean will be the tight end. We're going to split Townsend and Jackson to the left, and we've got D. Bowen split out to the right. 1st and 10, Carthage at our 26. Blissett under center. Now sends McLean motion left from the wing position. Handoff Hardy. Hardy straight ahead, and Hardy has about 4 yards out to the 30-yard line. They're going to mark at the 29, a gain of 3 for Ravadney Hardy.
Pretty decent push off the offensive line. But they have a defensive lineman, an offensive lineman's like touted, and he's that number 75 looks big from here.
6'5", 330.
I would think so.
All right, now it is 2nd down and 7. 2nd and 7 for Carthage. Blissett this time in the shotgun. Empty backfield, 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Here's Blissett looking right. He throws right. This ball is caught by Ingram on a diving catch at the 33-yard line. Going to be short of the first down, but that is a pickup on the play of about 5 yards.
I mean, a hurry-up offense, and he was split out that time as a receiver. So we're going to get the ball to him in the passing game too.
That's a gain of 4 yards on the pass to Ingram. And now it's 3rd down and 3. 3rd and 3 for Carthage, and it's at the 33-yard line. So we've got to get to the 36 for a first down. Blissett under center. Ball on the right hash. Snap back to Blissett. Excuse me, he's in the shotgun. Throws right. This ball is caught for a first down by Jakeldrick Jackson out at the 45-yard line. A Garrett's Wrecker Service Bulldog first down.
Now, yeah, and he shows right there it's good pitch and catch. It was good route running. And that's what Surratt has said, that these teams have not met the type of route running that we do.
I just want to note that there's no track here at Rose Stadium, so the stands are a little bit closer. And there at kickoff, the Carthage fans made a lot of noise. I had trouble hearing, so it'll be interesting to see when we get on defense how that plays into it.
Okay, twins to left, a wing right, a wide out to the right. Here's a pitch out going to Ingram. Ingram going right. Ingram bounces off a defender, spins out of a tackle, and gets across the 50. We saw that spin move at Chalk Talk this past Monday. 7-yard gain for Ingram.
He's not getting up. And so we'll need to go to pay a bill here.
Okay.
When it comes to fresh cut meat in Panola County, where do you go? You go to Bill's Meat Market. Bill's Meat Market, located at 1317 West Panola in Carthage, where you find Angus beef strips and sirloins for $6.99 a pound, only while they last. This is an in-house sale only. Angus beef strips and sirloins, yours while they last at $6.99 a pound. Bill's Meat Market, where you find fresh beef every day. 1317 West Panola in Carthage.
Well, he was kind of drugged down funny, and the ball player landed on his leg on the side, and so they've taken him to the trainer's table. Hope he's all right.
All right, 2nd and 3 after the gain of 7 for Keontae Ingram. 2nd and 3 for Carthage at the Tiger 48-yard line. Again, Ingram coming out after that gain of 7. Blissett under center. Blissett, play action fake. He wants to throw it. Now he's going to be sacked. He's hit in the backfield. Loose ball back at the 46-yard line. Silsbee thinks they've got it. Well, a sack of Blissett back at the Carthage 46. And it's going to be Carthage football as we retain possession. Not for sure who came up with that. Clay, did you see who recovered it for Carthage?
The last guy down was number 90, I believe that is. It didn't matter. We have offsides against Silsbee.
Okay.
Yeah, they jumped off, and it looked like our guys quit. And that's why he got sacked with a clean shot, because they jumped, and I guess our boys thought it was going to be a penalty, and so they kind of stood around, and he got a clean shot at Blissett.
Okay, and that's another Garrett's Record Service Bulldog first down on the offside penalty against Silsbee. So 1st and 10 now for the Dogs at the Silsbee 43-yard line. Blissett going to go under center, and again, empty backfield. We've got 4 receivers to the right and 1 to the left and 1 to the right. Snap back to Blissett. Blissett looking right. He throws. It's caught by Townsend at the 35, and he's down to the 30-yard line. Make it to 29 for another Garrett's Record Service Bulldog first down, 14-yard completion.
Yeah, I was pointing to Larry. We had single coverage out here. They moved a man on the right side and just left Hunter by himself, and it was a slant over the middle. Good catch and pitch.
Yeah, there was a good route by Townsend. He did a little stutter step, acted like he may go outside, and cut right back inside, and the ball was on top of him.
All right, 1st down and 10 now for Carthage at the Silsbee 29-yard line. Twins to each side, ball on the right hash. Blissett in the shotgun. Now looks over to the sideline to get a new signal from the coaching staff. 7 seconds on the play clock. Now it's down to 4. 3, snap with 3. Here's Blissett looking left. He's throwing deep left into the end zone. This ball is incomplete. It was intended for Jackson, just a little bit underthrown, and the Silsbee defender got back and knocked it away. That was intended for Callaway, excuse me.
Yes, it was, and that was really a pretty decent throw. Just a little bit. If he'd put a little air under it, it'd have been a touchdown. But Blissett's looking good so far.
Yeah, Jackson had a step. When he threw the ball, I thought that was going to Jackson, but Jackson in the slot there had a step on his man, but Blissett stared down Callaway that play, so we'll see if he goes back to Jackson next time.
All right, so Jackson this time is going to split to the right, and we're going to send Townsend and Hardy to the left. Incidentally, Ingram still on the bench over here being attended by the trainer. Blissett in the shotgun. He's got the snap. Pretty good rush this time. Going left, and he's going to throw this one away. Here's a flag coming down in the middle of the field at the 25-yard line.
That's in the area of holding is what this is going to be more than likely, unless there's legal use of hands to the face or something. I don't know what happened.
All right, let's see what the referee says. Holding against Silsbee. All right. Holding against the Tigers.
It looked like McLean kind of got his body turned by the defender on him. He was looking at the official when the flag came out.
Okay.
All right, so that'll be a 10-yard mark-off, and it should go from the 29 down to the 19. Second penalty of the ball game against Silsbee, and that's another Garrett's Record Service Bulldog first down. It takes it down to the Silsbee 19-yard line. Down to the 19, it'll be 1st and 10 for Carthage at the Tiger 19. We picked up now 4 first downs on this drive.
Townsend's in the backfield.
Okay, Townsend is in there at the tailback position. Blissett under center. We've got Jackson split to the right. We've got a wing on the left side and a wideout on the left side. Tight end on the left side also. Here's Blissett. Pitch out Townsend. Townsend going left to the 20, to the 15. Townsend inside the 15 to the 13. That's going to be a gain of 6 yards on first down.
Yeah, with Keontae going down on us, we're probably going to see a lot more of Townsend in the backfield. So hopefully it's not too serious for Keontae. He is sitting down there, and they're working on it. They ain't pulled anything off of him. So
2nd down and 4. 2nd and 4 for Carthage at the Tiger 13-yard line. Blissett going to go under center. We've got a wing. We got an offset out of the right. Here's Blissett throwing into the end zone. This ball is caught for a touch. No, it's incomplete. In and out of the hands. He had it there momentarily. That being JaKeldrick Jackson. It'll be 3rd and 4.
And the deal was they blitzed everybody, and we picked it up. Good job by Hardy there to pick up the blitzer, and also Brewster Griffith. We've got 8:11 left in the first quarter, no score.
Yeah, that pass was just a hair behind him. He tried to reach back and nearly reeled it in, but he really never had possession of it.
All right, so now it is going to be 3rd down. 3rd down and 4. 3rd down and 4 for Carthage at the Tiger 13-yard line. Jackson split right, goes motion left. Here's a handoff. It goes this time to, no, let's see Jackson with it as he goes around the left side, and he needed 4 yards, and I think he got 3 to the 10. No, they're going to spot it, I think, at the 12. So he picked up 1 yard, making it 4th and 3 from the Tiger 12.
That was a good play on defense by their cornerback. Their cornerback strung that play out and gave time to pursuit from the backside to get him. So this is a big play here.
Okay, we'll give him 2 yards to the 11. So we'll call it 4th and 2 for Carthage at the Silsbee 11-yard line. Now, Hernandez has the leg to kick it. A field goal right here, but we're going to go for it. Carthage going forward on 4th and 2 from the Silsbee 11.5. Blissett under center. Blissett looking right. He's throwing right. This ball is incomplete. And Carthage, or Jackson at least, wanting a flag. No flag there. And so Silsbee will take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
Yeah, we looked pretty decent most of the way. A couple of underthrows by Blissett, but we mixed it up pretty well. We just didn't finish that drive off.
Yeah, it looked like the umpire signal. It may have been tipped at the line of scrimmage. I really didn't see any deflection there, but it could have been a little off.
All right, so Silsbee will take over. We'll call it at the 12-yard line for the Tigers. And remember, their quarterback is Dontre Thomas, has accounted for 67 touchdowns this year. He has rushed for 29 and thrown for 38. Thomas in the backfield with Adonis Thomas. Hands off to Adonis Thomas. Thomas going left, has good yardage, 15, 20, 25, and he's out close to the 30-yard line. A big pickup for Silsbee on their first play. It goes from the 12 to the 28, gain of 16.
Yeah, dive play to the left, and then he cut to the outside and then back up the middle before we could get him down.
So 1st and 10 now for Silsbee at their own 28. Thomas in the backfield. Dondre Thomas hands off to Adonis Thomas. This time he's going right, and this time the Bulldogs were ready, and he picks up only 1 yard to the 29.
Yeah, good play there by Tavorian, making the tackle there. Gilbert Perez, he's one of the toughest on the team. He like Brewster Griffith. He's not a big fella, but then he's played with a hurt shoulder all year.
2nd and 9 now. 2nd and 9 for Silsbee at the Silsbee 29-yard line. Snap back to Thomas. Thomas hands off to Adonis Thomas, the tailback, and he's going to be stopped at the 33-yard line, a gain of 4, and that will bring up for Silsbee now a 3rd down, make it a gain of 5 to the 34. It's going to be 3rd and 4 for Silsbee from their 34-yard line.
Brewster on the tackle along with their other linebacker, Gates. This is a big play here, too.
Ball on the right hash, no score here in Tyler. 6:50 to play in the first quarter. 3rd down and 4. Snap back to Thomas. Thomas going to roll to his right. He wants to run with it, and he's going to be stopped after only a 1 yard gain. That's going to bring up 4th and 3 for Silsbee at their 35-yard line.
And that looked like a designed throw. He was going to roll out there, but all of a sudden somebody must have been covered because he pulled it down and started running the ball at that point. And we had pursuit from the backside that got him.
All right, so Silsbee is going to be forced to kick it away from their 35-yard line.
And
as they do not pick up a 1st down. The punter is their leading receiver. That's Colton Mackey. Mackey standing back at his own 23-yard line, and we have a flag coming in. It's going to be a false start against Silsbee, and that will be their 3rd penalty of the ball game for a total of 20 yards, backing them up now to the 30-yard line.
Hey, Clay, check out Ingram, see what he's got bandaged up down there.
4th down for Silsbee, 4th and 8 at their 30. 4th and 8. We have one man back deep. I believe that's Jakeldrick Jackson standing back at the Bulldog 42-yard line. Mackey stands back at the 17, gets the kick off. Pretty good kick. Goes over Jackson's head, hits at the 32, across the 30, and it's going to die at the 27, so 23 and 20. That's a 43-yard kick for Silsbee. No return. Good kick for the Tigers. Carthage 1st and 10 from our 27.
Yeah, hey, kudos to the defense again. They kept us in the game. They brought us back into the game last week when they shut down that quarterback until we made a few mistakes. But
all right, so Carthage will take over now at 1st and 10 at our 27. If you've just joined us, Keontae Ingram, his first carry tonight for 7 yards, injured. He's on the bench and not back in the ball game on this possession. All right, Blissett in the shotgun. We've got Callaway and Jackson split to the right. Hardy is the tailback, of course, with Ingram hurt. And then we've got 2 split out to the left. Now Hardy goes motion right. Snap back to Blissett. Blissett looking right. He throws to Hardy coming out of the backfield. A lot of running room to the 25, to the 30. Hardy to the 34-yard line. That's going to be a pickup on the play of about 7 yards on first down.
He came in motion from left to right, and we threw it out into the flat. We had 2 blockers out in front. So good play there by the Dogs.
Update on Ingram. No ice or anything, nothing wrapped up just yet. Kind of sitting on the bench by himself. And on Hardy on that play, it was just full steam ahead. He nearly ran over 2 guys.
2nd and 3 for Carthage. Here's a handoff. Hardy going left. Hardy has a first down. It's going to be a Garrett's Wrecker Service Bulldog first down out at the 39-yard line.
Yeah, we just ran a sweep to the left, and he took it around the end and got pretty decent yardage. Bowens enters the game now for Brewster, and we're back to the line of scrimmage.
All right, Bulldogs quickly up to the line of scrimmage now at their own 39. They've just picked up their 5th first down of the ball game. Blissett under center. Twins to the right, single left. Here's Blissett throwing right. This is dropped by Jackson. Dropped by Jackson right in and out of his arms. He's caught that I don't know how many times this year. 2nd and 10.
Well, in that time, too, he might have started running before he caught it, but there was a blocker out in front, and he had yardage in front of him that time.
All right, 2nd and 10 now for Carthage. If you've just joined us, we've got 4:47 to play in the first quarter. Second possession for Carthage. They picked up 4 first downs on the first possession before they had to give it over on downs. Silsbee, no first downs, 3 and out. They punted, and now this is our second possession, 4:47 to play in the first, no score. Offset out of the right, Twins right, single left. Here's Blissett throwing left over the middle, caught by Townsend at the 50 to the 45. Townsend runs over a defender to the 40, 35-30. He's going left now to the 25. Townsend to the 20. Townsend to the 15. Townsend down to the 14-yard line. Big pickup on that pass play.
Great pitch. He do a slant over the middle from the left to the right, and then there was nothing but defenders there, and he ran over one and then made a cut and then went down the left-hand sidelines and almost scored.
There's a lot of TV cameras here tonight. I bet you'll see that one on the news about 10:30 this evening.
Okay, 48 yards on the pass play there to Hunter Townsend. Another Garrett's Wrecker Service Bulldog first down, 1st and 10 now at the Silsbee 13. Pump fake left, going into the end zone, caught for a touchdown. That's going to be a touchdown to Hunter Townsend of 13 yards.
And he spun the ball down there. I hope they don't get him for the referee went up to him and was talking to him.
Hunter.
We had that last week, and he spun the ball where it'd stand up on its end and spin, and the referee went straight to him. Probably said, next time, son, that's 15.
Come on, Hunter. Dawes, we got to play smarter than that. Okay, now here is the Bulldog extra point attempt brought to you by Pretty Paul's Grooming and Boarding. Good snap. The kick is away, and this one is right down the middle. Looks like it might have been a little bit over toward the right. Last week he was going left with it. It's good. 7-0 Dogs, 4:12 to play in the first.
Carthage Dental Center on the corner of North Adams and West Panola is now accepting new patients. Owners Dr. Sid and Kim Fowler see patients of all ages. They accept Medicaid, CHIPS, private pay insurance, care credit, and major credit cards. Some of the services provided at Carthage Dental Clinic include cleanings, fillings, crowns, oral surgery, dentures, and root canals. Call Carthage Dental Center at 903-693-8500 to schedule your appointment.
Monty Bacon and his fine staff at Carthage Furniture has some great ideas for your Christmas shopping. Check out their kids' recliners with Disney characters like Toy Story, Spider-Man, and Disney Princess for just $119. And Mom may like the all-new Speed Queen washer and dryer with every part made in the USA. To keep you warm on those winter nights, an infrared fireplace heating up to 1,000 square feet, only $299. Remember, Santa shops at Carthage Furniture, where you always save.
All right, we're back at Earl Campbell Field, Trinity Mother Frances Rose Stadium in Tyler, Texas. The Carthage Bulldogs just scoring on a 13-yard pass from Jared Blissett to Hunter Townsend. And your Pretty Paws grooming and boarding extra point attempt good by Rafael Hernandez. And the Dogs lead 7-0, 4:12 to play here in the first quarter.
Well, one thing I did like about Earl Campbell, there was never a showboat. He has scored touchdown and lay the ball down right inside and run to the sidelines. No high slapping or nothing.
Well, I'm sure sorry to hear that, again, Hunter made it spin.
Yeah.
I tell you what, anytime you try to show up the other team, you get a chance of a unsportsmanlike penalty. Here's the pickoff taken at the 10 up to the 15, the 20 going right. Spins away from a tackler at the 18-yard line to the 20, 25, and out of bounds. He's out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Spun away from a tackler at the 23 and picked up 7 more yards. Silsbee first and 10 at their 30.
Brad West on the tackle, a senior for the Dogs. He sees a lot of playing time during the games.
All right, in case you're wondering about Keontae Ingram, he is sitting on the bench. Trainer going over to speak to him right now. And we certainly hope he's able to come back. But Bulldogs lead it here 7-0, and we've got to stop Thomas right now. Their starting quarterback, in the shotgun. Snap back to him, hands off to Thomas, the running back. And these two young men are first cousins, incidentally, the quarterback and the tailback. And Thomas, the tailback, picks up 3 yards on the play on first down.
And it was Brewster Griffith on the tackle from his linebacker position. 3:46, first quarter, 7-0 Carthage.
Quarterback is Dontre Thomas, and again has accounted for 67 touchdowns this year. Here's the handoff going to a receiver going right, and he's out in the open. He's going to score. He's to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and a touchdown. That's going to be 67 yards on the run there by Trey Lowe, one of their wideouts.
Yeah, and he took it when he took the cut up field. Boy, he looks fast. He went down and we didn't even get close to catching him. And they go for 2 just about every time, they say.
67-yard run by Trey Lowe. And it's a 7-6 ball game here in Tyler with 3:29 left to play in the first quarter. Boy, that didn't take long. And we'll get Clay's comment on that right after this extra point. They line up for the extra point. We wait the snap. There's a snap. The kick is away, and he does not have a real strong leg, and he barely gets it over the crossbar, but it is good. 7-7 is the score. Okay, Clay, what are your comments on that touchdown run?
Well, that looked like just a simple jet sweep. The wide receiver out of the slot, and it was sealed up on the right side, and once he got 3 yards past line of scrimmage, there was nobody over there to catch him.
All right, we'll take a break here in Tyler.
Dearest Santa, I could really use an early holiday gift. Last year's family gathering was so frustrating.
What's the matter with your internet, Matt? Why does this video keep buffering? Why is it taking all day to upload these pictures?
They're calling me Buffy, Santa. It's terrible. I need internet that's fast and reliable at a great price. Please, help me.
Make your holiday get-togethers a breeze with 60 meg internet from Fidelity. Only $59.99 per month with 2 months free. Offer not available in all areas.
All right, we're back at Trinity Mother Frances Rose Stadium, Earl Campbell Field. The Silsby Tigers have just scored on a 67-yard run by Trey Lowe to tie up the ball game. The extra point attempt was good. That kick by Carlos Lazo. He does not have near as strong a leg as Rafael Hernandez does. And I tell you what, in a close ball game, that could come into play because from the looks of that extra point, he would not be able to kick a very long field goal. All right, Lazo getting ready to kick off now. His first kickoff was a line drive kick along the ground. Let's see what he does right here. Here's the kick. Again, a line drive kick along the ground. And this one's picked up at the 25 to the 30 to the 35 and out to the 40 And that's a pretty good return there for Ravodney Hardy. 15-yard return from the 25 to the 40.
That's great field position to start out in for the offense. See what we do to we just need to do what we did last time. Just mix it up, run and pass, and go in and score.
I was down here near the bench near Ingram and the trainer, and I would not expect him to return.
Okay. All right, so the Bulldogs are going to have it at the 39. It is spotted at the 39 rather than the 40. Blissett going to be under center right here. Going to have offset out of the right. We're going to have a wide out to each side. Looks like that's Townsend left and Jackson right. Tied in over on the right side, that's McClin. Handoff goes to Hardy. Hardy left over the left side across the 40 and out to the 44 for a gain of 5.
Good offensive line push right there by the Hogs. They've got some huge fellas, especially one real big guy, but I hadn't seen him do. You don't look like he's very fast.
Number 75 is 6'5", 330. And he is a 3-year starter for them. Started against us as a sophomore a couple of years ago. All right, twins left, single right. Blissett, play action fake, rolls right, throws, caught there. This is going to be a catch across the 45 by McClin. He's knocked down at the 48. And so that's going to be a pickup on the play of another 3 or 4 yards to bring up 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, and then he just cut his legs out. Remember, that's the only way he was going to tackle him. There's a little defensive back on a big, tall, lanky guy like that. He just went to his legs and knocked him out from under him.
So 4 yards to McClin. Blissett has now gone to 5 different receivers in the ball game, and it is 3rd and a short 1 for Carthage at the Bulldog 48. 3rd and a short 1. Blissett under center, offset out of the right. Here's Blissett, 5-step drop, throwing down the near sideline for Jackson. This ball is incomplete, over his head by a couple of yards down at the 18-yard line.
Yeah, I figure we may took a shot there, but he couldn't get separation from that young man. That may be the same guy that ran the touch it down here a while ago. A lot of speed.
All right, so let's see. It is now 4th down and less than a yard. As they spotted here on 4th down, I can tell you they've moved it back about maybe the length of the football from what the previous spot was on 3rd down. All right, Blissett now under center, twins right, and offset offset out of the left. Here's Hardy for the 1st down, and he's got another Garrett's Record Service Bulldog 1st down. Pickup of 2 to midfield.
Yeah, that was just good. He had a nice hole there. It was filled quickly, but he had enough of a seam there to get through. We got 1:59 left, first quarter, 7-7 is the score.
All right, Bulldogs now going from our left to right here in the first quarter. The ball is on the right hash. It's directly on the 50-yard line, and we're going to send twins left, a single to the right. Now Jackson split out right, goes motion left. Snap back to Blissett in the shotgun, throw into Jackson left. Jackson has it out there to midfield, the 45. And he is pushed out of bounds in front of the Silsbee bench after a gain of 7 to the 43.
Yeah, and he made a cut when he got the ball and got him free for the 7-yard gain because the young man had him at the line of scrimmage.
So now 2nd and 3 for Carthage at the Silsbee 43-yard line. And now Pelham comes in on 2nd and 3 at the 43. Ball is now on the left hash. We've got 1:35 to play in the first quarter, 7-7 tie. Blissett under center, a single to each side. Hardy is the tailback. And we've got a double tight end formation on 2nd and 3. Here's Blissett, handoff Hardy. Hardy right side. And he is going to pick up the 1st down to the 40, down to the 35-yard line, and 2 flags are thrown, one by the referee and one coming in from the back judge.
These might have set like a hold on us and a face mask on them.
Okay. Yeah, they one coming from the back, one from the right, and one of them more than likely holding for sure.
Again, a 5-man crew. Really look forward to asking Coach Surratt in the interview. In the playoffs, they generally use 7. This is the first game of the 4 we've played. Okay, 2 penalties against Carthage. They decline 1 and they they take the other one, the holding penalty, blocking the back. They turned it down. Holding they accepted. That's 10 yards from the line of scrimmage. And now the Dogs are facing 2nd and 13 from our 47-yard line. That's our first penalty. 1:28 left to play. in the first quarter. 7-7 tie here in Tyler. Blissett going to operate from the shotgun. Twins left, single right. Here's Blissett. Pump fake right. Throws it to McLean. Running room 45, 40, 35. And he has a Garrett's record service Bulldog first down at the 33-yard line after a gain of 17 on the pass play.
That was an inside screen. They threw it to him over the middle, had blockers out in front of him. And he got it full. And when he gets strides out, boy, he's fast. We never get to see him really stride out. But he was just shoestring tackled or he was gone.
Yeah, interesting blocking there. Most of the receivers kind of panned out to the right, and that gave McLean room back to cut up the middle and pick up good yardage.
First down and 10 now for Carthage at the Tiger 33-yard line. Snap back to Blissett in the gun. Throws right to McLean. McLean to the 30. And he is stopped there after a gain of 3. They're going to give him actually the 29. It looks like we'll call it a gain of 4.
Yeah, the guy just, again, tackled him at the shoestrings because no way he could go up and hit him up on top because he couldn't bring him down.
All right, we'll call it 3 to the 30. It's actually at the 29.5, so that makes it now 2nd and 7. 26 seconds left to play in the quarter. This could be the final play of the first stanza. And the score is 7-7. Now down to 20 seconds to go in the quarter. 7 seconds on the play clock. Blissett, 4 seconds on the play clock. 3, 2, snap with 2. Here's Blissett looking right, throws right. This is out of the hands of D. Bowens at the 31-yard line.
Bowens tried to run before he caught it. Sophomore mistake, but he had the ball, and you could tell he was starting to make his run move without securing the ball.
That ball was going about 90 miles an hour, too.
Yeah.
It was a little bit high, but he got both hands on it, should have had it. 8 seconds now to go in the quarter. It's 3rd and 7 for Carthage. 3rd and 7 for the Dogs. Ball on the right hash. 3rd and 7 at the Silsby 30-yard line. Early movement. Here's Blissett. Blissett throwing left. Far sideline. This ball is incomplete. Intended over there for Callaway down close to the goal line. I thought I saw early movement by Silsby there.
Yeah, there's a flag on the other side over there. But I tell you what, that young man playing cornerback has broken up everything that we've thrown at him, and he's at the last second. He's knocking it away.
That was just the snap cat there. Instead of a movement from Blissett and then the ball, there was a little bit of a pause between him calling for the ball and the ball coming to him, and that drew him off sides.
All right, that's a big penalty there because it was going to be 4th down and 7. And they have yet to mark off the penalty. Now they will do it from the 30-yard line. It takes it down to the 25, making it now 3rd down and 2. 3rd and 2 for Carthage at the Silsby 25-yard line. 3 seconds to go in the first quarter. 7-7 tie here in Tyler. If you've just joined us, Keontae Ingram injured on his first carry, and we do not expect him to come back. He's now got a coat over him, so I think he is done for the night. Here's Blissett under center on 3rd and 2. Blissett, handoff Hardy. Hardy up the middle. Hardy is hit at about the line of scrimmage and falls forward. Sort of somersaults forward to close to the 23. I think he's got the first down.
Well, at first he looked like he marked him a little short. The one on the other side, but the one over here has got a little bit more. Which one gets the headline?
It is a first down. Garrett's record service Bulldog first down after a 2-yard gain for Ravodney Hardy.
That's the end of the first quarter. The score 7-7. We'll be back after this.
Tyson Foods is proud of the nutritional value of the products they produce. Feeding you like family is not just an empty promise. It's a motto that Tyson Foods takes seriously. Tyson Foods is helping the people of the East Texas area achieve a better way of life by watching your weight or your cholesterol. Look to Tyson Foods for your well-being. Make it Tyson. Tyson will help you ensure you are serving your loved ones the best meals you can. Tyson, feeding you like family.
Panola isn't just a college, it's a beginning, jump-starting my career as an LVN.
Panola is understanding, with staff willing to help me achieve my goals.
Panola College is home, small and personal with an outstanding campus.
Panola is opportunity, a chance to pursue my dreams.
Share what Panola is to you. Post it, tweet it, Instagram it with #LivePanola. Now enrolling at panola.edu.
Well, it's an interesting score. West Rush 22, Wascom 8.
Wow. Okay. First and third quarter stats are made possible tonight by the Carthage Flower Shop on the Square in Carthage. Carthage with 9 first downs, Silsby 2. Carthage through the air 129, Silsby 0. Carthage through the air has, on the ground has 31 yards. Silsby with 93 yards. All right, now Blissett under center, 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. Blissett looking left, throwing left, has Jackson there. It is caught for a touchdown. Jackson on the touchdown, up 23 yards.
Well, I got to tell you what, you got to give the offensive line the kudos there because he stood up there with nobody, and they rushed a middle linebacker, and we picked that up perfectly. And you got to give that to offensive line.
That was just superior route running by Jackson. He faked the inside and came back to the pylon, and a beautiful throw by Blissett.
All right, 11:53 to play in the second quarter. Carthage now leading at 13-7. With the extra point attempt to come, Kason Davis, the holder. Good snap. The kick is away. This one looks perfect, and it is good. Carthage 14, Silsby 7, 11:53 to play in the half. We'll return to Tyler right after this.
Country at its best. That's our town motto. And part of what makes living here so good is having access to health care that rivals what's available in much bigger cities because ETMC Carthage is right here in the heart of our community. ETMC Carthage, where emergencies are treated around the clock, and our Level 4 Trauma Center, where you'll find advanced radiology and imaging technology, specialists in cardiology, internal medicine, family medicine, and much more. It's personalized attention only found in close-knit communities like ours. ETMC Healthcare at its best right here in Carthage.
At Prosperity Bank, you're considered part of our family, so we offer a variety of checking accounts to suit any lifestyle, including a few with no minimum balance requirement. Need teen checking, mobile banking, or hassle-free debit card? Look no further than Prosperity Bank. And if you're in the market for a loan, such as a home equity loan or refinance, we're the bank to call. Your financial future is our focus. Prosperity Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Go Bulldogs.
And Larry, they're listening to us from McKinney, Texas, Missouri City, Texas, Galloway. Somebody sent money in. Keachai. They're listening to us all over the place.
And what's that West Rusk score again?
It was West Rusk 22, Wascom 8.
Wow. Okay. Wascom beat them, I think it was 40-0 about 5 weeks ago in district play. Okay, here's the kick by Hernandez. End over end kick. They're going to take it and return it from the 8. Going left to the 10, the 15, and does not make the 20. As the Bulldogs stop him at the 17-yard line. Who got that tackle right there?
Number 62.
Number 62 on the tackle.
Number 62 would be
Jose DeJulian, our sophomore kicker. Way to go, Jose. Well, I've heard from Coach Serrati, maybe you have, if you've been at Chalk Talk, that he's a reserve kicker, but he's a very good linebacker. All right, let's see what the Bulldogs can do now on defense. Dontre Thomas, their outstanding quarterback, going to be in the shotgun. Adonis Thomas, his cousin next to him. Here's Dontre Thomas running with it across the 20. And he has stopped at the 22 after a gain of 5.
Is that his first carry, really, Larry? I can't remember him.
That is his second.
Second? Man,
2 carries for 6 yards.
He's a big kid. Listening to us from Deadwood, Gary. They're just from Houston.
2nd and 5 now for Silsby at their 22. And here's a handoff to the running back, Thomas, his cousin. And he's trying to go right, and he's going to be pushed back. And let's see what they give him there as far as forward progress is concerned. I think they're going to give him 3 yards. That's a fairly generous spot. And we have one of the Tigers down. Let's see. However, he is getting up, and he's going to stay in the ballgame, I believe. Now another Bulldog is down on the field. We'll take a break here in Tyler.
It may be hot one day and cold the next, but whatever Mother Nature throws our way, you can always count on a Train heating and cooling system. Hal and Bruce Whitaker at Howell's AC Heating and Electrical are the names to know to keep you in the comfort zone. Whether it's residential, commercial, industrial, or oil field work, Howell's AC Heating and Electrical is the one to call for service on all makes and models. 903-693-7451. That's 693-7451 for Howell's AC Heating and Electrical.
Okay, it's Gilbert Perez who comes out, and he's going to be replaced by Brad West, 6', 195-pound senior.
Yeah, he's been playing with that shoulder injury, and it looked like he may have just tweaked it there.
All right, 3rd down and 2 now. 3rd and 2 for Silsby at their 25-yard line. And here's Dontre Thomas faking the handoff. He's going to run it himself up the middle of the 35. Across the 30, pardon me. And he's got a first down out to about the 33-yard line. Going to be a first down for the Silsby Tigers.
McLean on the tackle. We rushed our 2 linebackers up the middle, and so he went to the outside, and that's why he had success.
You guys were talking about the quarterback for Silsby. If you remember Patrick Mahomes, this quarterback kind of has the same – he's not quite as tall as Mahomes, but he has the same sort of build.
Okay, here's Thomas handing off to the running back, and he is going to go up over the left side and picks up about 3 yards to the 36.
Yeah, we had him at the line of scrimmage, but the push of everybody pushed him forward almost 4 yards, looked like.
So a gain of 3 out to the 36-yard line. It is now 2nd and 7 for Silsby. 2nd and 7 for Silsby at their 36. Snap back to Dontre Thomas. Thomas being pressured. He's going to run with it on the scramble, and he's dangerous when he does that. And he is out to the 43 for a first down.
Yeah, that's right. It was a coverage sack. I mean, it was going to be a coverage sack, but he broke and ran the ball and had success. No linebackers there. They're out in coverage.
We may have caught a break there. Like number 3 for Silsby down here on the near side was pretty open down the right side.
That's the young man that scored the touchdown earlier, Lau. All right, 1st and 10 for Silsby now at their own 43. And here's a handoff to the running back going left. He makes a spin move there. Nice move across midfield, across the 45. It's going to be a flag on the play at the 50. And if the play stands, it's going to be a 13-yard run for Silsby. But there is a flag at midfield.
Maybe a face mask of some kind, but the running back got up like he wasn't happy. Like it was against them. Let's see.
He was pretty fired up there.
Oh, it was.
It is a face. He was pretty fired up. Good hard run by him. Kept his feet moving. They're going to get another 15.
Okay, so 14. Make that 13 yards for Adonis Thomas on the run, and then a 15-yard penalty against Carthage takes it down to the 25. Make that the 29-yard line. Another Silsby first down. So they've got it now trailing 14-7, 9:41 to play in the half. They've got it at the Carthage 29. All right, Dontre Thomas again in the shotgun. Snap back to him. Hand off to fake, and he's running himself over the left side, and he's going to be stopped after a pickup of about 4 or 5. Line of scrimmage was the 29. They're going to give him at least the 25, maybe the 24.
I think it's Brewster Griffith on the tackle out there with Callaway. We've got 9:20 left in the first half. 14-7 Carthage.
5 yards for Dontre Thomas. He's now got 24 yards on 5 carries. 2nd down and 5. 2nd and 5 for Silsby. Ball on the left hash. 2nd and 5 at the Bulldog 24-yard line. They have twins to the right, single to the left. Here's Dontre Thomas running himself to across the 25, the 20, the 15, down inside the 10-yard line, and that's going to be another big gain for Silsby. It goes from the 24 inside the 10.
That was a design run outside. That's all that was. There wasn't any faking or anything. He took it and went around the outside. He's a big fella.
Kind of stretch blocking there when he just kind of moves to the side and finally finds a hole to slip through.
16 yards there for Thomas. 1st and goal for Silsby at the 8-yard line. Handoff to Adonis Thomas. Thomas over the left side across the 5. And Silsby trying to push him into the end zone, and they're going to get him down to the 1-yard line, a gain of 7 on that running play.
Yeah, and about 4 of it was just a big bunch of rugby-looking stuff. And so they got good yardage out of that. 8:16 left, 14-7 Carthage.
I don't know what Jakevian McDaniel was upset about, but he was complaining to the head linesman over there about something. Okay, it's 2nd and goal now for Silsby inside the Carthage 1. 2nd and goal inside the 1. 8 minutes to play in the half. 14-7 Carthage. Here's Thomas into the end zone untouched for the touchdown. Dontre Thomas
had a personal
and we've
flag.
got a flag in the end zone.
It looks like we look like we're guilty, but I don't know.
I'm not sure who that penalty is going to go on. They were face-to-face, both players.
So they scored to get 14-13. And they are tough.
I think this is a dead ball foul, so I think the touchdown's going to count, would be my guess.
It'll come into kickoff.
It looks like words were exchanged after the touchdown.
Let's see what they say.
Touchdown is good. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense number 33.
Okay, who was that on, Clay?
Hearn.
Hearn, 32. Okay. Okay, we don't need that. 1 yard run there by Dontre Thomas. And they're going to try to kick the extra point. Remember, their kicker is not extreme. He does not have an extremely strong leg. First extra point, I'd guess, got over the crossbar by maybe 4 yards, something like that. We await the snap. There's the snap. The kick is on the way. Will this one make it over the crossbar? It does, barely.
It went straight up in the air, ladies and gentlemen.
Just
landed
barely got over.
1 foot over.
Okay, 7:57 to play here in the half. 14-14 here in Tyler. We'll be back right after this.
We all like to save money, and State Farm can help with discounts. When you combine your car insurance with your State Farm homeowner's insurance, you get big savings. So talk to me, Agent Tate Barber, and experience the Good Neighbor service that has made us America's #1 insurance company. Together, we can help you make sure you get the discount you deserve. No policy with State Farm? No problem. Call me, Agent Tate Barber, at 903-693-7555 or stop by my office, 1502 West Panola, directly across the street from McDonald's, to find out how much a multi-line discount can save you.
For more than 100 years, First State Bank and Trust Company has been a strong, trusted bank the people of Panola County can count on. Today, we are one of the few banks in East Texas to earn a 5-star rating for strength and security from the premier national rating service. Bauer Financial has rated the bank one of the strongest and continues to do so year after year, good times or bad. We're proud of this honor, but are even more proud of the people we serve. To learn more, call, click, or come by. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We're back at Tyler's Rose Stadium, and the Silsby Tigers are getting ready to kick off from the 45-yard line after the penalty against D. Hearn, the dead ball foul against Hearn. And so, in other words, they could go with an onside kick here and really not give up much, because Carthage would probably recover it hope at around the 35-yard line, or they could try to kick it into the end zone. And they go with the onside kick, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, they knocked it back like towards inbounds.
There is a flag on the near side. I believe Silsbee was offsides on the kick.
Okay.
It looked to me like it went out of bounds, but all of a sudden a lot of excitement on the Silsbee sideline, like they might have recovered it.
Well, the guy wrenched and knocked it back into the field. Whether he was out of bounds or not, I don't know.
Okay.
But they do have a penalty on him.
There's a flag back where they kicked it, and Clay indicating that they could be offside right here. We've got 7:57 to play in the first half, a 14-14 tie. If you've just joined us, Carthage took the opening lead on a 13-yard pass to Hunter Townsend. Silsbee scored on a 67-yard run. Carthage came back to take the lead on a pass to Jackson. 1-yard run by Thomas tied it up. And let's get the call here from the white hat.
The official that threw the flag was looking down the Silsbee line, so that's what I can assume. The white hat's talking with Coach Surratt now.
That's about the only thing it could be. If it's right on the line of scrimmage where they kicked it off.
The ball was recovered by Silsbee. However, offsides on the kicking team. That's a 5-yard penalty. Free kick.
All right, 5-yard penalty against Silsbee. Their 5th penalty of the ball game for a total of 30 yards. 7:57 to play in the first half. 14-14 tie here in Tyler. And we have not mentioned yet the winner of this game will get in the state semifinals of the Vega Pirates, who defeated the China Spring Cougars last night by a score of 20-7 at McLean Stadium in Waco. So they'll be kicking off once again now from the 50. And again, that time they went with a sort of a onside kick, and it went toward the far sideline.
It wasn't sort of an onside kick. It was. But he hit it too hard, and it was going to go out of bounds.
And Carthage was not prepared for an onside kick either. Only one man on that side.
All right, here's the kick, and this time they go deep with it, and this one's going to go into the end zone. Oh, Callaway's going to bring it out to the 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And 27-yard line. He was 2 yards deep in the end zone. I don't know if he knew where he was, but he decided to bring it out. It works out okay because he returns it from 2 yards deep, 29 yards out to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, it was Merry Christmas what that was. But he made a good cut when he took off. The pursuit was there, and he made a good cut and got to the outside.
So Carthage will have it first and 10 at our 27. Again, the winner in the state semifinals next week against the La Vega Pirates, who won last night at Baylor's McLean Stadium over China Spring by a score of 20-7. All right, now the Bulldogs come out with Hardy, of course, at tailback with Ingram out of the ball game. Blitz is going to be in the shotgun. Twins left. A single goes motion. This is Jackson. Jackson throw to him on the left side. Jackson to the 25, to the 30, and he is stopped after a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, that play didn't quite develop the way they wanted it to, but it did get 3 or 4 yards. We're at 7:36 in the half. 14-14 is the score.
All right, that's a 4-yard gain, making it 2nd and 6 from the Bulldog 31-yard line.
That's 22-22 Wascom and West Rusk.
All right, a wide out right, and we've got a offset out of the left, and here's a pitch out. This goes to Townsend. Townsend coming left. Townsend is stopped at about the 32 after a gain of 2 yards.
That was good defense on their part. They had penetration all over the place on their right side, our left. We had lined up strong that way, and that's the way they figured we were going to do it.
Now it's 3rd and 5. Boy, we need to answer their touchdown with one of our own right here. 3rd and 5 for Carthage at our 32. Big play here. And let's see, we've got 16 seconds on the play clock, so plenty of time there as Blissett and the team looks over to the Carthage sideline. Carthage is the home team here tonight. Twins on each side. Blissett throwing left, and this ball is knocked down at the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be 4th down now.
Man, that was a molestation on number 3 out there. My gosh, he was covered. I mean, he was jerking him down, and there's no call.
So 4th down and 5 now. 4th and 5 for Carthage at our 32-yard line. 4th and 5, and evidently we're lining up to go for it here. Blissett in the shotgun. Now he looks over to the sideline to get the call. 10 seconds now on the play clock. Blissett going to drop back another couple of yards. He may kick this one. He is. He kicks it, no one back deep. It hits at the 32. Oh, great roll across the 20, across the 15. And this is going to go across the 10-yard line, going to be down at the 8-yard line.
Wow, when that left his foot, it looked like it was going to be one of those type because it was rolling over and over and over. We hadn't punted too many times this whole year, if you add them all up. 6:19 left, 14-14. Now let's see if our defense do some adjustments.
Okay, we'll call that at the 9-yard line, so make that 41 and 17. That'd be a 58-yard kick. 58-yard kick. Let's call it 56 yards. 56-yard kick and no return for the Silsby Tigers. They have it now at their own 9-yard line. All right, let's see what defensive changes we've made right here. Perez is back in there for the Bulldogs. Gilbert Perez, who came out earlier. All right, here's a handoff to the running back. Going left. Now he cuts back up the middle, and he's across the 10 and stopped at the 14, a gain of 5 for Adonis Thomas.
He was stopped by Perez. Seems like every time Perez gets hurt and he comes back in, he makes a play.
It is now 2nd and 5 for Silsby at their 14-yard line. We have yet to have a turnover in this ball game.
They've been spreading us out where they can run that ball is what they're doing.
Dante Thomas going to keep it himself, cuts upfield, and he's going to be he's a big guy. I tell you what, and a pretty good runner, too. Of course, he scored 29 touchdowns on the ground this year, and there he picks up 5 yards in the first down, make it 6 yards out to the 20-yard line.
It'd be a first down for him, but we're spread out, and he gets running lanes that way.
7 yards. We'll give him 6 to the 20-yard line. 6 to the 20-yard line, a first down for Silsby. First down and 10 now for Silsby at their own 20. 5:25 to play in the half. 14-14 tie. Here's Thomas play action fake. He's going to want to throw it. Now he's being forced out of the pocket, and the big guy picks up about 3 yards on the scramble to the 23.
Then Perez had him behind the line of scrimmage and just couldn't bring him down. He's so stout to bring down, and Perez got a hurt arm anyway. But we held him pretty slow gain that time. So
2nd and 7 now for Silsby at their 23, and they're going to split 2 receivers to the left, a single to the Two to the right, a single to the left. Dontre Thomas in the shotgun. He wants to throw left, throwing down the far sideline. This ball is incomplete into the Silsbee bench, and that will bring up now 3rd and 7 after that incomplete pass.
Yeah, we had Hearn rushing from the linebacker position, and he had to get rid of it, and that's why he threw it away.
They're going to get Silsbee for a man downfield illegally.
Okay.
All right.
So they go
okay, let's see. I'd turn this thing down. Good going, Coach Surratt. That one is declined, making it now 3rd down and 7. 3rd and 7 for Silsbee.
Yeah, we need to stop this. Don't let them come down and score because they get the ball first, second half. So,
and the umpire's done us a favor on this spot because he spotted it 2 feet back from where it was on the previous snap. 3rd and 7 for Silsbee. Snap back to Thomas. Thomas pitching out to a wideout going right, and he is going to have a first down across the 40, across the 45, make it to 44. 1st and 10 Silsbee.
Both times they've run that play, it's been successful. One time for a 63-yard touchdown, and that time good yardage for a first down.
Yeah, once again, that jet sweep, they just had it sealed off on the right side, and good blocking by their wide receivers.
20-yard gain for the Tigers. Out to their 44-yard line. 4:32 to play in the half. 14-14 tie. Ball on the Silsbee 44. Thomas this time hands off to Thomas, the tailback, and he has a big hole, and he's got 12 yards. Make that 13 and a first down at the Bulldog 43.
Well, again, we gambled and shot a linebacker in there, and then he went right to the secondary, and no linebacker there.
So 1st and 10 Silsbee now at the Bulldog 43-yard line. Dontre Thomas in the shotgun. 1st and 10 at the Dog 43. And handoff goes to Adonis Thomas, the cousin of Dontre, and he's got 3 down to the 40-yard line. 3:55 to play in the half. 14-14 tie here in Tyler.
We need to come up with a good defensive stop here. Keep this game tied, or maybe get the ball back.
And remember, Silsbee gets the ball in the second half. They'll get the second half kickoff. 2nd and 7 now for Silsbee at the Carthage 40-yard line. 3:34 in the clock rolling in the half. 14-14 all. Or 14-14 tie. Here's a throw to the right side. This one's caught. And a great tackle there for the Bulldogs. That's the young man who went 67 yards low. And he is stopped after only a 2-yard gain on that pass play.
Well, they're in 4-down territory anyway. We need a good defensive play here and stop them behind the line of scrimmage one time.
3rd and 5. And again, as Mark said, they're in 4-down territory, so 3rd and 5. They've got 2 plays to pick up 5 yards. 2 receivers to the right. And here's a handoff going to Adonis Thomas, and he's going to be stopped. He was going back to the left as the motion went right, and he's going to be stopped for a loss back to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, they faked that end around and then handed it to him on a counter play, but we were standing there waiting.
I was going to say that was a good job by the defensive line to stay home and not follow that receiver faking the jet.
They're going to go for it.
It'll be 4th down and 7. 4th and 7, a short 7 for Silsbee. And they may be letting the play clock run down, take some time off the clock. This is a move that Coach Surratt has used several times in the past. That's what they're doing. Down to 5 on the play clock. They're going to let it roll down to 1 and then take a timeout. And that's what they do. We'll take a timeout here in Tyler. 14-14 tie. Back right after this.
Panola County football isn't shy, and God says neither should we. The Apostle Paul encouraged his young friend Timothy, "For God did not give us the spirit of timidity, but a spirit of power and of love and of self-discipline." This is Steve Jackson, pastor of Central Baptist Church in Carthage. Share your weekend with us as we worship God and find strength for abundant life this Sunday morning at 10:45.
Well, we need a good play here. We need to stop them here because they've got plenty of time to score, and so do we. So we need to stop them right here.
Some scores for you. Munster leading Tennehaw 13-10 at the half, and Wascom's come back to tie things up with West Rush 22 all.
All right, it'll be 4th down and 7. 4th and 7 for Silsbee. We have 2:39 left to play in the half. The Tigers with two timeouts. We have all 3 remaining. 4th and 7 for Silsbee at the Carthage 40-yard line. Obviously a huge play here, a 14-14 tie. If you've just joined us, Keontae Ingram injured since very early, injured on his first carry of the night and has not returned. Okay, Dontre Thomas in the shotgun for Silsbee. 2 receivers to the right and a single left. And now here's Thomas. Thomas wanting to throw it. Now he's going to run with it, and he's not going to get the first down. Well, I don't think so. He's being pushed along by his blockers, and he's going to be stopped short. Stopped about a yard short of the first down. He needed 7, and he got 6.
We had somebody shoot through the line of scrimmage, disrupt that play. So
they may have to measure. Not sure the.
Oh, you can write it down big, plain, and straight. This is short.
Yeah, you can tell it from here.
And the quarterback, he bounced off a Carthage defender and then ran into his own offensive tackle there. It slowed him up too.
Well, I could save him some time here. They're going to measure, but it's short. Again, you can write it down big, plain, and straight. It is definitely short, and if it weren't, I wouldn't say it. But
there's a crick in the.
Yep, unless the field is crooked, it's short by a good couple of feet. It ain't even close. Yep. Okay, so he needed 7, he got 6. And so now the Bulldogs, with all 3 timeouts remaining, 2:30 left to play in the half, and they're going to have it at the Dog 34 in a 14-14 tie. Now, the critical thing about that stop right there is Silsbee gets the ball in the second half to start it. So we'd love to score right here and get the momentum going into halftime.
A little pep in the step of the offense as they took the field. They're ready to go down and score.
All right, now let's see. Townsend going to split left. Blissett under center. Here's Blissett. He's going to roll to his right. Now let's see, a flag comes down. Throw him back to his left. This ball is over the head of Bowens right in front of the Carthage bench. Flag in the secondary.
It's holding. It's holding already. I saw him give it. And so we run an odd play then. That's something we hadn't run that I saw all year. We were setting up a special play there.
2 flags. There's one at the 42, and there's one back at the 24, thrown by the referee.
2 fouls on the play, both against the offense. Ineligible receiver downfield on the offense. That penalty's declined.
How do you guys even sit here?
Okay, ineligible to receiver downfield. That's declined. They're going to accept the holding penalty, which will move it back 10 yards from the 34 to the 24, and that'll make it now 1st and 20.
Well, I can tell you right now, this defense of theirs is really hung with our receivers. We can't get separation from these cornerbacks, and they were supposed to be the weaker of the defenses that we faced in the last 3 weeks.
2:22 left to play in the half. It's now 1st and 20 for Carthage from our 24. Blissett in the shotgun, and they're going with 3 down linemen here. We've got twins to each side. Hardy is in the backfield to the left of Blissett. Snap back to Blissett. Blissett wants to go with a screen. He's got it this time to Hardy. Hardy at 30, 35, 40, and Hardy out across the 40. Almost picked up all 20 yards. He needed 20, and he got 19, it looks like, to the 43.
And to get to the line of scrimmage, we've got 2 minutes and 8 seconds left. We're tied 14 up.
Oh, we did not have the first down, and the chains are moving over there. We did not have a first down. It was short by a yard, and the chains moved inadvertently. And now we've got a mess because the officials now don't know where the chains were. Okay, it should have been on the 34-yard line. Should have been a first down at the 44. And we got to the 43. It's a 19-yard pickup on the pass play to Ravodney Hardy. And again, the chains moved early. They moved too quickly.
They're supposed to mark the yard line at some point in between the chains. It shouldn't be that hard to put it back. I'm not sure why they're having so much trouble. They're trying to put the start at the 29.
Okay, no, the guy's right on the one end of the chains. We started at the 34. The penalty took it back to the 24. We need the 44-yard line, and he got to the 43. Now they've got it correct.
Somebody marks that, every time, I think, with a marker or something to be sure if they got run out of bounds and they knock them down.
I believe the PA guy may have said a first down. That's what confused the chain gang.
Okay. Here's handoff to Hardy. Hardy, right side, has a first down, 45 midfield, and he is upended, but picks up a couple of extra yards on the tackle, and that's going to be a first down for the Bulldogs. Another Garrett's Wrecker Service Bulldog first down.
1:55 and counting, 14-14 here in the first half.
13 yards for Hardy right there. Bulldog first down at the Silsbee 44. Here's Blissett looking left. He throws left to Bowens. He's got it at the 45. 40 makes a great move to get loose to the 35. Inside the 35 down to the 33. Another Garrett's Wrecker Service Bulldog first down.
Yeah, it was in that time. He's had a bad couple of weeks until tonight, and he had a good move there after he caught the ball and got extra yardage.
Sixth player that Blissett has gone to tonight. 1st and 10 for Carthage at the Silsbee 33. Hand off to Hardy. Hardy right side to the 30. Hardy to the 25-yard line. A flag comes in, and he's going to be stopped short of the first down. It's going to be an 8-yard pickup, but there was a flag right in the middle of the play.
Yeah, it was thrown by the referee too, so it's probably going to be hold. It is.
Well, I tell you what, we got to figure out these holding penalties. Come on, guys. Man, that hurts.
Audrey pulled through the middle end and led Hardy from his tackle position, and but the holding happened after they'd already gone by that situation.
Now I know we've got a great offense, but boy, it's tough to. Okay, so they're going to give him a gain of. We're going to give Hardy a gain of 3, and then mark off the penalty. So it's a net loss of 7 on the play, meaning that it is 1st and 17. 1st and 17 for Carthage now at the Silsbee 40. 75 seconds to play in the half. All 3 timeouts left. Snap back to Blissett in the shotgun. Blissett looking left. Now he throws. Caught by Hardy at the 35, and he's down at the 33-yard line. A gain of 7 gets us back to the original line of scrimmage on the 7-yard completion.
It was good protection there by the offensive line, and he had to go to his check down.
I was just about to say, we have 3 timeouts in our pocket, and Coach Surratt decides to take one. A minute and a second left here in the second quarter. Things tied at 14.
Longhorn Grill in Carthage, country cooking at its best. Stop by Longhorn Grill today and enjoy a country fried steak, catfish, shrimp, tilapia, or maybe even a cheeseburger. Longhorn Grill also serves up the best steak in town, and don't forget those mouth-watering desserts such as country peach cobbler and bourbon bread pudding. Open daily 10:30 a.m. until 10 p.m. with catering and to-go orders available. Longhorn Grill on West Panola, where it's all about the food.
At Panola National Bank, we're constantly looking for ways to make community banking even better. Now we're making it easier for you to bank on the go with mobile PNB. Our new mobile banking service allows you to access your accounts directly from your cell phone so you can make transfers, check balances, and search transactions all from the convenience of your cell phone or tablet. Be sure to check out our new free mobile apps in the iTunes Store and the Google Play Store. Panola National Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
All right, after the timeout, 2nd and 10 for Carthage at the Silsbee 33. 61 seconds to play in the half. We've got 2 timeouts remaining. All right, we've got 18 seconds left on the play clock. The entire offense looks over to the nearest sideline to get the call. Now we're down to 11 seconds. Snap back to Blissett. Blissett going with a screen left side to Hardy. Hardy to the 30, 25, 20. Hardy to the 15, to the 10, and out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Another Garrett's Wrecker Service Bulldog first down on the screen pass.
I guarantee you this is the best year that Surratt's been here that we have run the screen so successfully. And Hardy's part of it. And what's going on down here with Scott? Something's happened. I don't see a flag anywhere. What's going on, Clay?
One of the spectators down here around the 10-yard line, the line judge here is calling sideline interference.
One of ours. Wow.
I'm not sure why anybody. I know I was backpedaling. I've been run over the sideline way too many times.
Okay, so I think it's just a warning there. It's 1st and goal. That was a 25-yard completion. Timeout called by Silsbee. We'll take a break here in Tyler. Back right after this from our Sports Beat station, KGAS.
School's back. Time to dust off that backpack, sharpen your pencils, and save big on the most important tool of all, super fast internet. For a limited time, when you get Fidelity's high-speed internet with blazing fast 100 meg download speeds, we'll give you 200 channels of free TV for a year. Or choose 20 meg internet for just $29.99 a month for a year. As always, there's no data caps, no contract, and free installation. Call your local Fidelity office today or order online at fidelitycommunications.com/free-TV.
Driving across Texas? Get comfortable. There's nearly 300,000 square miles to explore. In a state this big, you need auto coverage from someone who knows it all. Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, for coverage that's right for how and where you drive in every moment of every mile. Call us, because moments worth covering are never accidents.
For all your insurance needs, come see me, Jenny Morgan, out on the loop in Carthage at Panola County Farm Bureau.
Discounts may vary by situation.
All right, now Silsbee down to one timeout. First and goal, Carthage at the 8-yard line. 54 seconds to play in the half. 14-14 tie. Blissett in the shotgun. Looks over to the sideline. Play clock now down in single digits. It's at 8 and counting. Now down to 6. Snapped with 5. Blissett throws into the end zone. Right side. This ball is incomplete. Intended over there for Jakeldrick Jackson. 49 seconds to go. Second and goal coming up from the Silsbee 8.
I don't know if there was a throw that wasn't right or the route wasn't right because he had to turn completely around and try to catch the ball. But nevertheless, we got another shot at it. 49 seconds left. 14-14.
All right, so it is now second and goal from the 8. Second and goal, Carthage from the Tiger 8. 49 seconds to play in the half. 14-14 tie. Obviously, be important to put it in here for 6. Silsbee gets the second half kickoff. Here's Blissett wanting to throw. He throws right into the end zone. This ball is caught for a touchdown. Great catch over there for an 8-yard touchdown pass.
That's Bowens, isn't it? He was in a slot.
Yes, that was number. The PA said number 1 Jackson. That was number 3 Bowens. It was just a little out route there, and he had some space and made a great catch there on the line.
Well, we had 2 guys dragging from the outside end, and then he curled out, and it left him wide open.
All right, so we're going to have a extra point attempt here. The Bulldog extra point attempt brought to you by Pretty Paul's Grooming and Boarding. Rafael Hernandez, there's the snap. The kick is away and plenty of distance. It's good again right down the middle. 43 seconds to go in the half. Carthage now leads it 21-14 back to Rose Stadium right after this break.
This is Mark Harris at Farmers State Bank in Carthage. Did you know Farmers State Bank offers 15, 20, and 30-year fixed-rate mortgages? We will service your loan in-house, and you can make a payment at one of our 5 full-service locations: Center, Main Bank and Rough Rider Branch, Carthage, Waukegan, Shelbyville. So come by Farmers State Bank and let us help you buy the home of your dreams. Farmers State Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Fire and safety equipment supports Bulldog football. Look for our new location at 2699 Southeast Loop in Carthage. Open now. We now offer digital fingerprinting, drug and alcohol compliance testing, along with our full line of PPE equipment. We have you covered from head to toe with the best brands: Ariat, Bulwark, Carhartt, Cinch, Wrangler, Rasco, and Walls. Check us out online at texasfireandsafety.com. Go Dogs!
All right, we come back to Rose Stadium with the score. Carthage leading it now 21-14. A pass of 8 yards from Blissett to D. Bowens. And we've got 43 seconds left to play in the half now. Remember, Silsbee will get the second half kickoff. Carthage leading it 21-14. Hernandez got it teed up to the 40-yard line. And here's the kick, a high kick. And they're going to make the catch at the 26, up to the 30, 35, and stopped at the 36-yard line. They did not make a fair catch, so that runs a little bit of time off the clock. 40 seconds now left to play in the half. Silsbee will have it at their own 36-yard line.
Yeah, we just need about 2 or 3 center fielders down here to keep them from doing something odd. And I remember we were here one year, and we were playing Forney, and it was the end of the game. And we let them get behind us, and they threw a bomb and beat us when we had that game in hand. So
they've only got 1 timeout left. They're going to send 1 receiver to the right. In fact, they're going to send 3 to the right. 3 to the right, trips to the right, a single left. We're going to go with a 4-man rush on Thomas. Thomas, play action fake. He wants to throw it. Here goes the screen to the left side. Incomplete over there. Incomplete, and boy, that was fairly close to being picked off by one of the Bulldogs, and that would have been a pick 6 if he had come up with that.
Well, McLean's what caused that. He threw his big old paw up there and made him have to throw it with a more arc, and when he did, we had pursuit there that was going to take care of business anyway.
34 seconds. That took 6 seconds off the clock. 2nd down and 10 for Silsbee now from their 36. Dontre Thomas. He's going to keep it himself over the left side of the 40 and stopped at the 45-yard line for a 9-yard gain. Let's see if they elect to stop the clock right now.
They did.
Someone did. And I guess it's Silsbee. Let's see if what the referee says. That's right. That's their last timeout. All right. We'll take a break. 23 seconds to go in the half. Carthage up 21-14.
Randy Hudson, a 1984 Carthage High School graduate, invites you to stop by their new Carthage branch of the Hudson Financial Group. They offer property and casualty insurance on an independent platform, which allows them to help you with all types of risk. With companies like the Hartford, MassMutual, and Travelers, to name a few, Randy and his dad Herb look forward to assisting you with your insurance and financial needs. The Hudson Financial Group, 1507 West Panola in Carthage. Call 903-693-7874.
All right, we come back to Rose Stadium in Tyler. Carthage leading by a score of 21-14, 23 seconds to play here in the half. And the Silsby Tigers are going to have it 3rd down and 1. 3rd and 1 at their own 45-yard line.
We got Jakeldrick in on defense.
3rd and 1. They're out of timeouts. 3rd and 1 at their 45. Snap back to Thomas. Thomas going right side. He's got the first down. Across midfield to the 48-yard line, a gain of 7 on the play.
17 seconds. Clock stops for the move the chains. Now they roll it again.
Clock starts up again, now down to 12 seconds. Here's Thomas, play action fake. He's going to throw it. Wants to go deep. Now he's scrambling. He's trying to pick up more time to throw it, and he throws it out of bounds just before he was hit. 3 seconds now left on the play clock.
McLean put pressure on him. He had to get rid of it. They'd rushed him out to the left, and he had to throw against his body, but nevertheless, they've got to throw a Hail Mary here.
Yeah, he was smart to get rid of it. McLean was coming full steam ahead.
And McLean got a big hit on him, too, but he hopped right back up, did Thomas. He's a big guy, pretty good size. All right, 2nd down and 10. 2nd and 10 for this should be the final play of the half. 2nd and 10 for Silsbee at the Dog 48. Here's Thomas rolling right. He wants to throw it, going long, deep down the near sideline. This ball is intercepted at the end of the half. Intercepted there by Jakeldrick Jackson. All right, that's the end of the half. The score, Carthage 21 and Silsbee 14. We'll be back to Tyler right after this break.
Bauer Furniture's Black Friday sale was so successful, Paul has extended the sale. There is still a great selection. These sale prices are the lowest of the year. Choose from Lazy Boy recliners, love seats, and sofas, dinette sets, living room sofas, curio cabinets, all art and lamps, 25% off, rugs, mirrors, Serta mattresses, all of this and much, much more at Bauer Furniture.
If you need construction done, check with Carlos and Shane Courtney at Courtney Construction Incorporated. They're the best in the business, whether it's pipeline or dirt work or field maintenance or general construction. The Courtneys are well experienced. Give them a call today at 903-694-2911 or stop by 1300 Northeast Loop in Carthage. Courtney Construction Incorporated. When you need it done right, call Courtney Construction. They'll get it done.
Gathering together with friends and family makes the holidays a wonderful time of year. And right now, at Excel Ford in Carthage, we're celebrating the holidays with our first ever Friends and Neighbors pricing event. Come in now, and the low price you see is the low price you pay. No haggle, no hassle, on cars, trucks, SUVs, every nameplate. Nothing held back. You've never seen prices like this. It's our first ever Friends and Neighbors pricing event. Don't miss these savings. You'll find us right on the loop and right on the price. Excel Ford in Carthage.
Reliable Healthcare at 310 North Adams Street in Carthage is your home medical equipment place, serving Panola County and surrounding areas. We are Medicare and Medicaid approved, offering diabetic supplies, oxygen, walkers, canes, nutritional supplements, feeding pumps, wheelchairs, hospital beds, and more, all at Reliable Healthcare. Call 903-694-2285. And Reliable Healthcare wishes you and your loved ones a very Merry Christmas.
The heat of summer has finally passed, and the next 2 months are a perfect time to get out and enjoy the outdoors. And there's no better place to do just that than Carthage Country Club, located on U.S. Highway 79 North. Carthage Country Club features a 9-hole course, driving range, and full-service bar, where you can relax after a round of golf. Memberships are available, and call about special seasonal pricing, 903-693-9900. Carthage Country Club, proud sponsors of the Carthage Bulldogs.
We're back in Tyler Rose Stadium. Score is 21-14 Carthage. The band for Silsbee's out on the field. I have Mr. Hull here, the assistant band director. How are you this evening?
I'm doing good. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. We have a core band here, I guess, playing.
This is a core band. Looks like they're going to play
visitor side.
The visitor side, and looks like they're going to do a routine with their flags. I don't believe they're going to be marching. I think they're just going to be playing music for us. Sounds like some Christmas time or something. Of course, our uniform is, I guess that's a maroon, dark maroon. Maroon tops and black pants. So they have around 50 to 60 students in their band. Tonight's quite a different night from last week. A little bit cooler.
Yeah, well, they 76 degrees last week. It was 46 when we started tonight. This is more like football weather.
Yes, it is.
But I sure want to play indoors at the end of the year.
Marching to a cadence to a new spot. Going to bed, it's going to be letters. It's just a different block. They are facing the home side at the time, and they go back to the turn around back to the visitor. I guess this is going to be for the flags. The flags are brightly dressed in contrast to the uniforms of the band. They're wearing pink skirt and top with one white sleeve. And of course, it is covered in sparkles. And they have a flag that has a zigzag white pattern over gold to blue. turnout tonight?
Wow, we pretty much got it full on this side now. More have filtered in, and maybe on one end down there it's just a little bit slim. But they said they had to sell out. They sold out at the Bulldog stop twice. They had to go back and get some more tickets. So we knew there was going to be a crowd here.
The flags have switched to a different flag, a gold flag. I guess it looks like a tiger print flag. And their drill team is marching out. Tigerettes. A total of 8 Tigerettes were in black pants and a white and black shimmering top. Of course, they're facing their side.
Ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you the pride of Silsby, the Silsby High School Tigerettes. This is the Tigerettes' 57th year of halftime entertainment. The Tigerettes are taking the field with their traditional entrance to Eye of the Tiger. This summer, while at HTE Dance Camp in San Marcos, Texas, Darian Woodstein, Megan Greenwood, and Candace Marino were selected to be a part of the HTE Dance Kick Academy. They have been invited to represent Silsby High School in Honolulu, Hawaii this spring on the Academy Tour. Congratulations, ladies. This year's squad mom is Candace Marino.
Props. They have a wreath there.
The 2015-2016 military officers are Second Lieutenant Kennedy Gilder, First Lieutenant Megan Greenwood, and the captain of the 2015-2016 Silsby High School Tigerettes is Miss Darian Nicole Woodstein. The Tigerettes are under the direction of Miss Jenny Chandler. Tonight, the Tigerettes will be doing their field routine to some more familiar holiday favorites.
Traditional drill team routine. they've marched to a big S on the field as they finish their fight song. Finishes the show for this first half of halftime.
The score is 21-14 Carthage. We'll go pay some bills waiting for the Carthage Battling Bulldog Band to get in their position.
When is assisted living the right decision for you when your loved one needs help that they can't get at home? Is it difficult for you to do your laundry, dishes, or keep up your yard? Do you have a fear of falling? Have you been skipping meals or losing weight? At Winkler Place, our staff is on site 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and a full-time registered nurse is on call around the clock to oversee care. Apartment living with more. Contact Winkler Place Senior Living at 903-694-2525. Winkler Place, where seniors thrive.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from our family to yours. Hello, this is Will Blackwell from Pippin Motor Company. 1 month left and the best deals of the year are here. Take advantage of 15% off select Buick Enclaves, 20% off select Sierra SLT trucks, $6,000 off select Buick LaCrosses, 0% for 60 months on all Yukons, supplier pricing on all Tahoes and Suburbans, and up to $7,000 off on select Silverados. This is it, the end of the year deals. Don't miss yours. Pippin Motor Company just across from Panola College or on the web at pippinmotorcompany.com.
When it comes to fresh cut meat in Panola County, where do you go? You go to Bill's Meat Market. Bill's Meat Market, located at 1317 West Panola in Carthage, where you find Angus beef strips and sirloins for $6.99 a pound, only while they last. This is an in-house sale only. Angus beef strips and sirloins, yours while they last at $6.99 a pound. Bill's Meat Market, where you find fresh beef every day. 1317 West Panola in Carthage.
We're back, and the Carthage Bulldog Band is getting ready to do their drill. Mr. Hull, what you got coming tonight?
Well, we do have a new drill coming. We're also very excited to have the junior high auxiliary with us. Their flags and trollers will be joining us for their routine. And, of course, now we're starting with the drill team is on the field right now. They're in a chevron on the 50-yard line facing sideline. Got the officers in the middle in white with red trim, and the others are in the back and they're wearing red with white trim. There are 12 bells on the field. Are doing a little bit more of a dance routine right now. They're pairs, and they've now gone back to their chevron. And then up next will be our auxiliary line. Like I said, we have the junior high joining us.
The Bulldog Bells are under the direction of Roberta Collinsworth and Amber Cheatwood.
Ladies and gentlemen, under the field direction of Senior Drum Major Haley Cloninger, Carthage Independent School District proudly presents the pride of Panola County, the 2015-2016 award-winning Carthage High School Battling Bulldog Band. The majorettes are led onto the field by Senior Captain Kelsey White, Junior Lieutenant Kathy Tingle. The flags are led onto the field by Senior Captain Macy Isbell, Junior Lieutenant Morgan Nicholas, Senior Lieutenant Miosha Brown. We would also like to welcome the Carthage Junior High Auxiliary to the field. Sit back and enjoy the auxiliary lines as they perform to Final Countdown.
Got our 14 flags in the middle of the field, spread out from the the 30-yard line, and then we have our 6 twirlers in the front. So they're marching with their knives. They're doing a routine with their knives tonight. And then we have the auxiliary junior high flags on our right side of the field, and then the twirlers on the left side of the field. 5 of each of those, with the twirlers have their hoop batons. Junior high auxiliary is using red flags, and the high school is using silver flags. Finish up with the junior high auxiliary on the outsides and pyramids, and then the high school in the front.
Leanne Sharp, the junior high auxiliary, under the direction of Mrs. Marcy Reynolds, sponsored by Tony Reynolds. The Ballad Bulldog Band's performance now continues with Smithsonian Fanfare by Williams and Front Section by Bagley.
And we have another new drill tonight for our playoff game. Starts out with a block between the 30 and the 30-yard line, the 35 and the 35-yard line. Forward, company front to Smithsonian Fanfare. To the rear. And this is very similar to last time. We have our alternating to the rear's back towards the front of the field and expand. And 8 columns marching across the field. From left to right, we're about to hit the 15-yard line. This is where we do alternating to the rears, and we go into our diagonals. And then from here we get a little bit different. Blockbuster. Half the band's going to the left and half the band's going to the back of the field. And then we're doing it in diagonals. So definitely a different look. And then we back up and do our marching from right to left. Taking up about 25 yards worth of space. And definitely filling up both hashes in the field. They come back to about 15 yards, but they're still taking up over both hashes. The drum cadence is going to take us into our next maneuver. We're going to make four large lines on the 35, 45, opposite 45, and opposite 35. And here we will begin gate swings. 5 sets of gate swings going around. Going counterclockwise.
The guy in the middle's got a good job. He don't have to move.
Yep, but now we added something this week. We turned it into pinwheels, so they have to be counted.
Oh, man, he has to keep attention to what's happening.
8 sets of pinwheels across the field. Students in each pinwheel. a lot of counter marches went on there to finish this off in our company front. And we end from the front yard line to the front hash. And we have a facing whistle. The students do marches that go into a new formation. We're going to finish it off with a Carthage C. It's just a C on the hats. In the middle of the Carthage Bulldog Stadium field.
Well, great performance by the Carthage band. Score is 21-14 Carthage. Thank you, Mr. Hull, for your help. And halftime, we'll go back and pay some bills.
Carthage Dental Center on the corner of North Adams and West Panola is now accepting new patients. Owners Dr. Sid and Kim Fowler see patients of all ages. They accept Medicaid, CHIPS, private pay insurance, care credit, and major credit cards. Some of the services provided at Carthage Dental Clinic include cleanings, fillings, crowns, oral surgery, dentures, and root canals. Call Carthage Dental Center at 903-693-8500 to schedule your appointment.
Monty Bacon and his fine staff at Carthage Furniture has some great ideas for your Christmas shopping. Check out their kids' recliners with Disney characters like Toy Story, Spider-Man, and Disney Princess for just $119. And Mom may like the all-new Speed Queen washer and dryer with every part made in the USA. To keep you warm on those winter nights, an infrared fireplace heating up to 1,000 square feet, only $299. Remember, Santa shops at Carthage Furniture, where you always save.
Dearest Santa, I could really use an early holiday gift. Last year's family gathering was so frustrating.
What's the matter with your internet, Matt? Why does this video keep buffering? Why is it taking all day to upload these pictures?
They're calling me Buffy, Santa. It's terrible. I need internet that's fast and reliable at a great price. Please, help me.
Make your holiday get-togethers a breeze with 60 meg internet from Fidelity. Only $59.99 per month with 2 months free. Offer not available in all areas.
Larry, you have some stats for us from halftime?
Yes, you bet. Stats made possible by the Carthage Flower Shop on the Square in Carthage. Let's look at the scoring first. And we've had alternating scores for each team. In other words, one team would score, the other team would score, the other team, and so forth. Starting with Carthage. Carthage scored first, 13-yard pass from Blissett to Hunter Townsend. Silsbee came back, 67-yard by Trey Lowe. 3:29 to play in the first quarter, tied up 7-all. Another TD pass for Blissett, this time 23 yards to Jakeldrick Jackson. 14-7 Carthage. Silsbee tied it up. 1 yard run by Dontre Thomas. That's their quarterback. That made it a 14-14 ball game, 7:57 to play in the half. And then the Bulldogs, as they often do, scoring very late in the half on a key touchdown because Silsbee would get the second half kickoff. This was an 8-yard pass from Jared Blissett to D. Bowens, 21-14 Carthage. Some unusual statistics here, especially in the rushing and passing yardage. Carthage and Silsbee tied up in the first downs, 12 apiece. Carthage on the ground, 49, Silsbee 226. Carthage through the air, 17 of 25 for 226. Silsbee 1 of 5 for 2. So the total yardage, Carthage 275. Silsbee 228. So basically, Silsbee's picked up their yardage on the ground. Carthage through the air for the most part. Punts, Carthage punted once for 56 yards. Silsbee once for 43. Penalties, Carthage 4 for 45. Silsbee 5 for 30. And only one turnover, and it really did not play any part in the first half. Silsbee had his pass picked off on the last play of the half. If you just joined us, Keontae Ingram, who had 2 huge games coming into this quarterfinal matchup, was injured on his very first carry. He carried one time for 7 yards, was injured, came out of the game, and did not come back. And again, we're at halftime, 21-14 Carthage here in Tyler.
Tyson Foods is proud of the nutritional value of the products they produce. Feeding you like family is not just an empty promise. It's a motto that Tyson Foods takes seriously. Tyson Foods is helping the people of the East Texas area achieve a better way of life by watching your weight or your cholesterol. Look to Tyson Foods for your well-being. Make it Tyson. Tyson will help you ensure you are serving your loved ones the best meals you can. Tyson, feeding you like family.
Panola isn't just a college, it's a beginning, jump-starting my career as an LVN.
Panola is understanding, with staff willing to help me achieve my goals.
Panola College is home, small and personal with an outstanding campus.
Panola is opportunity, a chance to pursue my dreams.
Share what Panola is to you. Post it, tweet it, Instagram it with hashtag #LivePanola. Now enrolling at panola.edu.
Country at its best. That's our town motto. And part of what makes living here so good is having access to health care that rivals what's available in much bigger cities, because ETMC Carthage is right here in the heart of our community. ETMC Carthage, where emergencies are treated around the clock, and our Level 4 Trauma Center, where you'll find advanced radiology and imaging technology, specialists in cardiology, internal medicine, family medicine, and much more. It's personalized attention only found in close-knit communities like ours. ETMC Healthcare at its best right here in Carthage.
All right, we return to Earl Campbell Field, Trinity Mother Frances Rose Stadium in Tyler, Texas. The Carthage Bulldogs trying to go to the state semifinals for the 6th time in the last 8 years, and they lead Silsbee by a score of 21-14. Okay, Clay, can you hear us down on the sideline?
I can indeed.
Okay. You have anything for us?
No, I was not able to go into the locker room there at halftime. I would say I would like to see a defensive stop here to open the game and look to add to this lead a little bit.
Well, we'll see what kind of adjustments we made. You take one play away from them. There was a 67-yard run, and we pretty much bottled up their quarterback, pretty much, and he's been the workhorse. But that sweep around the right side, handing off on a guy in motion, is what's killed us. If anything has killed us.
Some update on some scores. Lovelady beats Shelbyville 14-7. Heard earlier that Wascom did have a lead on West Rusk there at the break. I believe it was by a touchdown.
It's 35-22 now.
Excuse me, you're right. Wascom up 35-22. Gilmore was up 10-7 on Atlanta. Still looking for a Munster Tenaha score. Franklin beat Crockett 41-23. And another note here, our U.S. Congressman Louis Gohmert down here watching the Bulldogs.
All right. Rafael Hernandez getting ready to kick off for the Bulldogs as we start the second half. Second half kickoff brought to you by your local Sears store in Carthage. From appliances to lawnmowers, Sears has it all. Here's the kick, and it's going to be a kick sailing toward the far sideline, and it is going to go out of bounds, almost into the end zone for a touchback, but it went out of bounds at the 1-yard line. And I think Silsbee's going to take the football. Let's see, that would be they'd be getting it at the 30, I believe.
Yes, that's true. Well, we just see what kind of, we need to stop the outside run on that sweep, and then we need to shut the quarterback down.
All right, so the Silsby Tigers come out to start this drive at their own 30-yard line. They trail Carthage by a score of 21-14. Dontre Thomas is the quarterback. He'll be in the shotgun. He'll send twins to each side. And he's got a running back with him in the backfield. And here's the handoff to Lowe. Lowe scored the touchdown. He's going to the right, 35-40. He breaks it again, midfield to the 45-40, 35-30, 25, and he fumbles out of bounds. But it's going to be Silsbee's football after that big gainer for the Silsbee Tigers.
He got to the outside and just ran right down the sidelines. And that's what he did the first time he got loose.
So that's 20 and 31, a 51-yard run there. Boy, I tell you what, he's got 118 yards in 2 carries.
Jordan Romero's the one that tracked him down.
All right, 1st and 10 now for Silsbee from the Carthage 19-yard line. Here's a handoff to the running back. He's going left, and he stopped after about a 3-yard gain to the 16.
Yeah,
That's right. Lowe has 118 yards on 2 carries.
Yeah, and the deal is, like this play here, we had him at the line of scrimmage, but those Hogs they have just pushed their running backs through a rugby style of push, and they get good yardage out of it.
3 yards there on that carry. 2nd and 7 now at the Carthage 16. And here is Thomas, the quarterback, running to his right, and he is inside the 10-yard line. I think he has a first down.
He's right at it if he didn't get it, and he just went to the outside, and it was designed run from the start.
Okay, we're going to give him 7 yards. I think he is just a little bit short, a little bit shy of the first down. He is. It's 3rd and less than a yard. 3rd and less than a yard for Silsbee at the Carthage 9-yard line. 3rd and less than a yard for the Tigers at the Carthage 9 early in the 3rd quarter. Here's Thomas. Thomas, the quarterback, running himself over the right side. He's inside the 5. Thomas to the goal line. He is in. Thomas with a 9-yard touchdown run. Dontre Thomas. And we've now got a 21-20 ball game.
And we're going to see a heavy dose of him this half. You can guarantee it. They didn't run him a whole lot in the first half. And they're going for 2.
All right, the Tigers going for 2. Dontre Thomas in the shotgun. They snap back to him, and we're going to stop him short. Now they pitches out to Mackey. Mackey going to his right. Now he throws it to someone else, and let's see, he is going to be knocked out of bounds. It's no good.
That's a trick play all the way around. He goes in the middle. He almost gets tackled. He pitches to the next guy. That guy almost gets tackled. Pitches to the outside guy, and he just stepped out of bounds.
I expected him to blow that dead once the quarterback got tied up, but he was able to get rid of it apparently.
He's a strong kid.
All right, so that is no good. The extra point is, so Carthage leads at 21-20, 10:36 to play in the 3rd quarter. Back right after this.
It's the holiday season in America. It's always a great time to be a Christian and an American, but especially this time of the year. First United Methodist Church Carthage invites you to join them in the worship of our risen Lord. Teenagers and senior adults, children and youth meet on Wednesdays. Sunday school is at 9 a.m., and worship services on Sunday are at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. Choir and handbells also meet on Wednesdays. First United Methodist Church, open minds, open doors, open hearts.
All right, we come back to Tyler. The Silsby Tigers scoring quickly here in the 3rd quarter. They got a big 59-yard run by Lowe, who scored their touchdown for them on a 67-yard run in the first half, and then they scored on a 9-yard run by Dontre Thomas, their quarterback. So then they went for 2. That failed, and so Carthage leads at 21-20, 10:36 to play in the 3rd quarter. Carthage up by 1. All right, now their kickoffs have been on the ground. Let's see what they do here. And this time they kick it in the air, and we're going to return it. This is Townsend from the 10, 15-20, 25, and stopped at the 28-yard line is Townsend after an 18-yard return from the 10 to the 28.
Pretty good return there. We needed good field position. That's pretty good at 28-yard line. Now, we've got to answer this. We've got to take the ball and run our offense as we've done in the first half. They didn't stop us but once, did they? No, we punted one time too. So they stopped us on our first drive, and then we punted.
I'd like to see if we can get some of the longer passes into this game. We've been successful in the slants, but really haven't thrown the ball downfield much.
They're taking that away from us, I think, by the coverage, and their cornerbacks are really good. They hang with their people because we've had a lot of broken up passes that were deep.
All right, Carthage out on the field now. 1st and 10 at our 28. 15 seconds left to go on the play clock, and here's a flag. Immediately, it's going to be substitution infraction against Carthage, and immediately we pick up a 5-yard penalty, making it 1st and 15.
I mean, that's a penalty. You just take the field, you know. I don't understand.
I don't understand that one either. All right, so it's 1st and 15 from our 23. Blissett under center. Blissett, play action fake. Blissett going to throw it. Great protection. And he has Jackson out there. Flag on the play. He caught it at the 40, and he's down at the Silsbee 33-yard line as the play stands.
They may call a pick on 80 that came in deep downfield.
If that's a flag on us, I'm not sure why they call that, because because the flag came in as he was catching the ball down the field.
Oh, it's holding.
It is against the defense. Okay. I was about to say, the official threw the ball 20 yards away from where the ball was being thrown. I just did not see how that could be against us.
It was holding on McClellan is what it was.
Okay, that's a 44-yard completion, and that went to Jackson. Jackson for 44 yards, and another Garrett's Record Service Bulldog first down at the Silsbee 33-yard line. All right, Blissett under center. Twins left, single right. Play action fake. Blissett going to throw it. He's got it this time to McClellan. McClellan picks up 4 to the 29.
McClellan just is frustrated because there's one guy tackling him, and what he's doing, he's taking his feet out from under him, or he has plenty of yardage there. Out in the flat, he just grabbed him by the shoestring.
So it is now 2nd and 6 after that 4-yard pass. Blissett now with 274 yards through the air. 2nd and 6 for Carthage at the Silsbee 29-yard line. If you've just joined us, Keontae Ingram, 2 big games coming in. Injured on his first carry. He has not returned. Blissett under center. Twins left, single right. Here's Blissett throwing left. This is caught by Jackson. Jackson the 25. Jackson fumbles it, and luckily it's there for Townsend to fall on. Boy, he fumbled it, but Townsend was Johnny on the spot coming up with the recovery and a 6-yard pickup and another Garrett's Record Service Bulldog first down.
And had he held on to the ball, that was going to be a touchdown. But he was breaking free, but he came back when they jerked the ball out of his hands, what they did.
Ingram came back out of the locker room without any pads on, so he is done for the night.
All right, a Garrett's Record Service Bulldog first down at the Silsbee 23-yard line. Blissett in the shotgun. He's got twins right, single left. Now Jackson split left, goes motion right. Here's Blissett, pump fake right. Now he's going, oh man, wide open deep. Bowens for the touchdown. What a pump fake by Blissett, and Bowens caught the 23-yard touchdown pass.
Well, we were coming in motion from left to right, and we've run that play tonight, and we threw it to the outside guy, but this time he faked to him, and then the cornerback bit on the fake to the flat, and then our man was wide open in the end zone.
All right, so now with 9:08 to play in the third, Carthage is up 27-20 and could make it an 8-point ball game with the extra point here. There's a good snap. Kick is away. Plenty of distance. It's good. Carthage 28, Silsbee 20, 9:08 to play in the third. Back from Tyler right after this.
The Genpack plant continues to be a leading employer in Carthage and the surrounding area. From entry-level to skilled labor, competitive pay, and exceptional benefits, medical, dental, vision, 401k, flex spending account, shift differential, 11 paid holidays, plus many more. Employee Appreciation Day in October, where Genpack recognizes the hard work and dedication of employees with gifts and great food. Come and join their team. Applications for Genpack can be obtained at First Choice Personnel in Carthage. Proud to be a supporter of the local football programs. Go Dogs!
Louisiana Pacific Corporation is a proud corporate neighbor in Panola County. They provide jobs, pay taxes, and support community activities. Chances are an employee of Louisiana Pacific Corporation is an active church member, civic club member, or volunteer in your community. You know them and know what good jobs they do. Louisiana Pacific Corporation, a good company hiring great people, your neighbors.
By the way, Larry, a while ago I saw where Wiley was beating Brownwood 14-0 at half.
All right, Bulldog extra point attempt by Pretty Paws grooming and boarding was good by Rafael Hernandez after the 23-yard pass to D. Bowens. Carthage now up 28-20. 9:08 to play in the third quarter here in Tyler. Hernandez getting ready to kick off, and here is his kick, and this is going to go toward the far side. And they muff it. They pick it up now to 15. And he's going to be stopped at the 14-yard line. Make it to 15. They muffed it, picked it up, and then by that time we were right on top of him.
That was Hearn on the tackle, along with Jakevian McDaniel.
Ball is spotted at the 15.
All right, so Carthage now has Silsbee in a great position here that backed up to their 15-yard line. We've only had one turnover in the game. That was inconsequential because it was on the final play of the first half. Boy, this would be a key spot right here to pick up a turnover.
Early fourth quarter in Forney, Tenaha trails Munster 20-10. And an interesting note, Liberty Ihlo and Argyle just started about 10 minutes ago at AT&T Stadium.
All right, Here's Thomas, play action fake. He wants to throw left. Now he's being rushed. He's going to scramble with the football, going right to the 20, and he's out of bounds at the 23, a gain of 8 yards on the scramble.
Yeah, that's what he's going to do to us. That's why he's got so many yards, and because he's passing and running, because it don't take him long to pull it down and take off running.
And nearly a hold there on number 90.
So that's an 8-yard gain. He's now got 96 yards on 15 carries tonight. That is Dontre Thomas. Thomas in the shotgun. Handoff to Adonis Thomas. Hurdles over one tackler and picks up 1 yard to the 24. And now Silsbee will have a 3rd and 1 at the 24. 8:44 and counting here in the third quarter. Carthage leading 28-20.
You know who's getting this ball. Number 5 is going to get this one. I can tell you.
3rd and 1 for Silsbee at the Silsbee 24-yard line. Here's Dontre Thomas. Thomas going right. He has a first down as he's across the 25 to the 30, and they're going to give him the 30-yard line for a pickup there of 6 yards on the first down.
Gates on the tackle there from his linebacker spot.
All right, Silsbee quickly up to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 now at their 30. Snap back to Thomas. Thomas, play action fake. He wants to throw it, throwing it deep down the near sideline. This ball is incomplete over the head of the intended receiver at the Carthage 40-yard line.
And that's something we really wanted them to do because it puts them at 2nd and long. And if we have a good defensive stop here, it'll be 3rd and long. And that's out of their element. It takes away the run from them.
Yeah, tough pass to bring in there. It was a little high, and Jordan Romero was right there on the defense too.
Now Silsbee 1 out of 6 through the air for 2 yards. All right, Thomas now in the shotgun. Snap back to him. He's going to run it himself over the right side, and we stop him here for a gain of only 1 to the 31-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th and 9 now. Here's the situation we want right here.
3rd
down, pardon me. 3rd and 1. 3rd and 9, pardon me. 3rd and 9.
Big defensive play right here.
Quarterback also running into his own guard on that play.
I was hoping it was 4th and 9. 3rd and 9 for Silsbee at their own 31-yard line. Big defensive play here for the Bulldogs. 7:35 to play in the third. Carthage up 28-20. Here's Thomas. He's going to run with it. Scrambles to the 35-40. Has a first down.
Yep.
Well, we let him get out of the pocket, and he picked up a first down on the 10-yard scramble.
Yes, we're going to have to put up with a heavy dose of him this half, and we had that particular defense set up. He got to the outside.
So once he rolled around the right tackle, there was nobody over there for Carthage.
First down and 10 now for Silsbee at their own 41. Thomas in the shotgun. He wants to throw left this time. Now he's being forced to run with it. He throws right. This ball is caught at the 48 across midfield and out of bounds in front of the Silsbee bench at the 45. That's going to be by far their biggest game. In fact, they only have 2 completions in the game. That is their second, and it goes for 14 yards.
Yeah, that was really just a good athletic play on his part.
Yeah, on that situation, kind of an outlet pass there. Everybody's kind of deep. They left one man kind of short, and he was open for a first down.
1st and 10 now. Silsbee at the dog 45. Ball on the right hash. Snap back to Thomas. Thomas throwing quickly to the right. They've got it out there, and he gets loose from one tackler. Got it behind the line of scrimmage. Got loose from a tackler out there. There was a blocker out there for Silsbee also, and he picks up 6 yards.
Yeah, he does. He had a blocker out there, too, helping him out. But they are chewing up the yards on us, too. We're chewing up throwing yards, and they're chewing up most of the time running yards.
7:11 left to play as the clock stopped since he went out of bounds. 7:11 left in the third. Carthage leading 28-20. Dontre Thomas in the shotgun. Snap back to him. Now he wants to throw it. He's going to go deep down the far sideline. This ball is incomplete down there at the goal line. He had some steps on our defender.
He had to throw it early, though, because Brewster Griffith had coming in from his linebacker position. He had to get rid of it.
Yeah, Gates in on a hit, too, right as he threw it. The ball was just able to hang up just enough time for a Carthage defender to get there. We have a Silsby guy down. We'll take a timeout. Carthage leading 28-20, 7:03 left, third quarter. We'll be back after this.
Smokey and Judy Smith, owners of Smith Energy Services, have been providing equipment and services to local oil and gas exploration companies for over a quarter century. Today, Smith Energy continues to offer services for pipeline repair and construction, oil field services, roustabouts, well testing and flowback, lease maintenance, equipment rental, vacuum services, and much, much more. Call Smith Energy Services in Carthage today at 903-693-8872 and let Smokey and Judy Smith.
Third down and 4. Here's Thomas. Thomas hands off to the running back going left, and he's going to be brought down short of the first down. He needed 4 yards, and he's going to pick up 2, bringing up 4th and 2 for Silsby at the Dog 37-yard line. Timeout. Bulldog down on the field.
HEB is your hometown neighborhood grocery store where you'll always find friendly faces, affordable prices, and quality products. HEB in Carthage has the freshest produce and meat combined with trustworthy brands to keep your grocery bill low. Why waste time and gas going out of town when your local HEB has everything you need at the prices you love? HEB in Carthage. Here, everything is better.
Well, it's that time of year again. Kick off the new season by downloading the new Animal Medical Center Vet app. Get your season pass to all of your pets' records by downloading the new AMC Vet app, available free at Google Play and iTunes. Don't take time out to call on your pet's medications or book boarding reservations. Use the app. Keep your pet's playbook at your fingertips with the new AMC Vet app, available now. Animal Medical Center, proudly taking care of your four-legged family members for 56 years. Dr. George Taylor, Josh Tiller, and Jeff Travis. Go Dogs.
You know who's going to get this, Larry? 4th and 2.5.
Okay, we're going to give him a gain of 1 on there, making it 4th down and 3. Gilbert Perez was the injured player. He comes off the field. All right, now here's Thomas with it. Thomas hands off. No, Thomas keeps it himself. He's going to be stopped short of the first down. He needed about 3 yards, and he got 1, and Thomas and the Bulldogs have a big stop, and they'll get it at their own 37.
You bet. They had a bad exchange between he and the guy coming in motion, and that slowed him up a little bit. Then we had pursuit to get there.
Coach Preston bringing some pressure around the left side. I don't know if it's an outside linebacker or a slot defender, but I believe the quarterback saw that last second and realized that if he handed it off, it was going to go nowhere, so he just tried to keep it himself.
6:41 left, third quarter, 28-20 Dogs. This is when we need to put some icing on the cake.
6:41, as Mark said, left to go in the third quarter. Carthage up by 8. And we're going to send twins to the left, a single to the right. That's Jackson. Blissett in the shotgun with Hardy to his left. Snap back to Blissett. Play action fake. Blissett wants to throw it. Great protection. Throws it. This ball is caught by Jackson at the 40, 35. He may go to the 20, 15, 10, 5. Bowens for the touchdown. Bowens on the 63-yard touchdown pass from Jared Blissett.
And they threw it kind of he went down the seam and then cut in. And then there was nobody there. They were running the opposite direction he was, so they couldn't catch him.
It was great protection by the offensive line. Blissett had all day to throw.
63 yards to D. Bowens, his second TD reception of the night. In fact, he's caught the last 2. And the Bulldogs now lead at 34-20. Extra point attempt to come here from Rafael Hernandez. Kason Davis is the holder. Low snap. Davis gets it down. The kick on the way, and it's good. Great job, Kason Davis, as that snap bounced back to him on one short hop. And he got it on the tee, and Hernandez got it through the uprights. Carthage up 35-20, 6:28 to go in the third. Back right after this.
At Devon Energy, we believe that to be a good company, we must first be a good neighbor. Our commitment runs deep in our relationships with the people of East Texas. Our employees are neighbors, mentors, leaders, and community volunteers. Devon Energy is proud to support East Texas high school football. Good luck and play safe. Devon Energy Corporation, Carthage.
The First Baptist Church of Carthage invites you to Fantasia Noel on Sunday, December the 13th at 6 p.m. The First Baptist Sanctuary Choir and the First Baptist Psalm 150 Orchestra are joining together to present this spectacular Christmas presentation. Invite your family and friends and come enjoy songs of Christmas joy as together we worship the newborn King. Fantasia Noel, Sunday, December the 13th at 6 p.m. at the exciting First Baptist Church of Carthage.
Well, the Pretty Paws grooming and boarding extra point attempt by Rafael Hernandez good after the 63-yard pass from Blissett to D. Bowens. And the Bulldogs now lead at 35-20, 6:28 to play in the third quarter. Still a long time to go in this one. Bulldogs coming up with a big stop on that last Silsbee possession.
Coach Surratt must have honored my request to throw the ball deep a little bit. 2 big strikes there to get us up 2 scores.
All right, now here's Hernandez with the kick. It's a high end-over-end kick, not too deep. They're going to return it from the 9 up to the 10, the 15, coming left to the 20, 25, and stopped short of the 30. They say that there's a fumble. Oh, Carthage with a football. There's a fumble. They fumbled it. They coughed it up on the kickoff, and Carthage recovers at the Silsbee 29-yard line.
62 with the recover on that hit. He kind of got sandwiched, and the ball squirts out. It was DeJulian who comes up with the football.
Wow, this is what we needed. 6:22 left, 2 scores up already.
All right, so that's the first. Now remember, that's the second turnover of the ball game, but the first one that really matters because the first one, a Silsbee interception, they had a pass picked off on the very last play of the first half, so that really was of no consequence in the ball game. This one is.
It may have been number 12. I believe that's Colbert who forced the fumble, I think.
All right, Carthage 1st and 10 now from the Silsbee 29. Sometimes after a turnover, Coach Surratt tries to go for the TD immediately. Let's see what happens here. Blissett under center. Here's Blissett, and here we've got a flag. This is going to be a timeout against Carthage. Coach Surratt is really upset as he has to call a timeout coming out of that huddle there.
Yeah, that was going to be a delay of game if we didn't take the timeout.
Okay, we'll take a break here in Tyler.
It's the holiday season in America. It's always a great time to be a Christian and an American, but especially this time of the year. First United Methodist Church Carthage invites you to join them in the worship of our risen Lord. Teenagers and senior adults, children and youth meet on Wednesdays. Sunday school is at 9 a.m. and worship services on Sunday are at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. Choir and handbells also meet on Wednesdays. First United Methodist Church, open minds, open doors, open hearts.
All right, so the Bulldogs forced to use a timeout to avoid the delay penalty. And Carthage again, after the turnover on the kickoff, Silsbee fumbling on the kickoff, and Carthage recovering at the Silsbee 29-yard line. Got to get something out of this right here.
Got single coverage on both sides.
All right, we've got a single on each side. Blissett under center. Blissett, 5-step drop. Going deep, left side, had a man out there. This ball is picked off in the end zone. It was underthrown, and Silsbee comes up with the interception of the end zone. It was intended for Jakeldrick Jackson, underthrown pass, and it's a Carthage turnover.
Yeah, and Townsend was wide open over here on this side. He had single coverage on both sides. He decided to go to Jackson, but Townsend was more wide open.
Well, that hurts there, obviously. So the teams trade turnovers here midway through the third quarter. First mistake for Carthage, first turnover. Silsbee has it now at their own 20-yard line. Carthage leading 35-20, 6:15 to play in the third. Dontre Thomas, their outstanding quarterback, in the shotgun. He's got twins right, twins left. Snap back to Thomas. Thomas wants to throw it right. He's being chased by McLean. Throws, and this ball is caught. No, incomplete pass. Incomplete. I don't believe he hung on to it. Either that or he was out of bounds when he came down with it. Incomplete, 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, he rolled him out. It was designed play, and he was standing right like Drew Pearson at the sidelines, and he must have dropped it or didn't finish the catch as he went.
So the official on their side threw a flag. They might get Silsbee for an illegal man downfield.
And it is a legal man downfield. I think the Bulldogs would decline this, making it 2nd down and 10. They do. All right, so the incomplete pass brings a 2nd and 10 now for Silsbee at their own 20-yard line. We've got 6:08 to play in the third quarter. Carthage up 35-20. Second down and 10. The ball in the middle of the field with respect to the sidelines. Silsbee going from our right to left here in the third quarter, so they're going toward the north end zone here at Rose Stadium. Snap back to Thomas. Thomas wants to throw it. Now he's being pressured. Now he's going to scramble with it to the 25, and he is ushered out of bounds on the near side right in front of the Bulldog bench by Brewster Griffith after an 8-yard pickup to the 28.
Yeah, they're bringing third down. When you just get to the outside, he's just a good ball player. That's just the way it is. If you got 4,000 some odd yards of offense on one guy, there's no doubt he's a great athlete.
3rd and 2. 3rd and a short 2 for Silsbee at their 28. Snap back to Thomas. Thomas going to keep it himself. Got the first down to the 30, 35, 40, 45, midfield, and out of bounds in Carthage territory. That's going to be a big pickup going from the Silsbee 28 to the Carthage 48, so that's 24 yards.
Yeah, it's just, you just can't describe what he does. He reminds you of Patrick Mahomes a lot. As Clay said, he's not quite the athlete Patrick is because he don't have as good an arm. But
1st and 10, Silsbee at the Dog 48. Here we come with a blitz. Thomas wants to throw it to the right, and this ball is incomplete. They tried for the diving catch, did Mackey, but he caught it on the short hop. It'll be 2nd and 10 now at the Dog 48.
Yeah, he threw it too short, and the guy dove down. Looked like he made the catch from here because his back was to us, but the referee was right there.
So 2nd and 10 now for Silsbee at the Carthage 48. 5:48 to play in the third. Carthage leading at 35-20.
Yeah, Silsbee fans obviously not liking that call, but even on the replay, you couldn't tell from the angle that we had. His back was to us.
Dontre Thomas in the shotgun. Snap back to him. He's rolling to his right. He wants to throw it now. Yes, he does throw over the middle. This ball is caught at the 36, and it's going to be a first down there. It's going to be a gain of about 12 yards down to the Carthage 36.
They use him in all kinds of ways. They use him to run the ball, zone read. They roll him out. And he threw against his body that time and threw a strike.
1st and 10, Silsbee at the Dog 36. Dontre Thomas in the shotgun. Snap back to him, hand off to Alondis Thomas, his cousin. And boy, I tell you what, he's a tough runner at times. As dogs are hanging on to him, and he's breaking tackles, and he picks up 6 yards there down to the 30.
And Gates comes up a little bit sore there. Looked like he's got a stinger. But he's back at middle linebacker.
Give him 7 now. We'll call it at the 29. 2nd down and 3 at the 29. Dog 29. Here's Thomas throwing right. This ball is caught out there at the 30. And he is going to be inside the 25 at the 23 for a first down.
Yes. Good play and pitch by them right there. We've got 4:59 left in the third quarter. 35-20 Carthage.
1st and 10 for the Tigers at the Carthage 23. Dontre Thomas in the shotgun. Thomas going to run it himself to the 20. And then a nice tackle there by Brewster Griffith. Nice tackle by Brewster. But he picks up 5 yards down to the 18.
Yeah, Brewster plays bigger than he is, and he just planted that boy pretty good.
2nd down and 5. 2nd and 5 for Silsbee at the Dog 18. 4.5 minutes to play in the third. Carthage up 35-20. Here's Thomas going to run with it to the right side, and he is stopped after a short gain there. It's going to be a gain of 2 down to the 16-yard line.
Yes, stopped out there by Gates. He gets up a little. He's got a little bit of a stinger in his shoulder there.
Number 16 in there on the tackle to get the quarterback's feet as well.
All right, Jacobian McDaniel.
3rd down and 2. 3rd and 2 for Silsbee at the Carthage 16-yard line. We've now gone under 4 minutes to play in the third. Carthage leading 35-20. 3rd and 2 at the Carthage 16. Here's Thomas going to run it again. He's inside. He's got inside the 15. Got a first down. And they push him forward now down to the 10, a gain of 6 for Thomas.
What Silsbee does is the running back gets stopped, and all the linemen just run in there and start pushing forward, and they get 3 or 4 or 5 extra yards every time they do that.
Okay, clock starts up once again. 3:42 to play in the third. 1st and goal now. 1st and goal, Silsbee at the Carthage 10. They've got twins to each side. Here's Thomas. Thomas throws right. This ball is incomplete. And that'll make it 2nd down and 10.
I think somebody must have hit that ball.
Yeah, pressure was coming. It looked like Hearn put the quarterback on his back that time.
3:32 left, 35-20 Carthage in the third quarter.
And remember, they do not have a field goal kicker, so there's no way he could make it from this distance. So it's going to be, they're in 4-down territory. Here's Thomas. Thomas going to hand off to the running back going left, trying to get to the outside. He's got running room to the 5, down close to the goal line. He's in for the touchdown. Adonis Thomas with a 10-yard run, and that pulls them up now to within 9 points. It's 35-26.
See, they're definitely going to go for 2 again. Well, now they bring the kicking team out, but you never know.
3:25 to play in the third quarter. Carthage leading it now 35-26, and they're apparently going to kick it.
Yeah, in this situation, you got to get to at least an 8-point deficit. If it stays at 9, you're still at a 2-possession game.
There's the snap. The kick is away. This could be short. This is no good here. He has a very weak leg. Remember, he barely kicked 2 over the crossbar on the first 2 attempts. Second one just barely got over, and this one is short. Carthage leads at 35-26 after the extra point attempt is short. 3:25 to play in the third. Back right after this.
The Genpack plant continues to be a leading employer in Carthage and the surrounding area. From entry-level to skilled labor, competitive pay, and exceptional benefits, medical, dental, vision, 401k, flex spending account, shift differential, 11 paid holidays, plus many more. Employee Appreciation Day in October, where Genpack recognizes the hard work and dedication of employees with gifts and great food. Come and join their team. Applications for Genpack can be obtained at First Choice Personnel in Carthage. Proud to be a supporter of the local football programs. Go Dogs!
Louisiana Pacific Corporation is a proud corporate neighbor in Panola County. They provide jobs, pay taxes, and support community activities. Chances are an employee of Louisiana Pacific Corporation is an active church member, civic club member, or volunteer in your community. You know them and know what good jobs they do. Louisiana Pacific Corporation, a good company hiring great people, your neighbors.
Well, I tell you what, I don't know. I just be on the lookout here for
something odd.
Something odd, yep. Could be an onside kick right here. They're down by 9, 3:25 to play in the third. No, they're going to kick it deep. This is going to be Townsend. Townsend, he fumbles it, picks it up. Oh, he has to fall on it. He muffed it and could not pick it up on the first try, and then had to fall on it at his own 16-yard line.
Yeah, he tried to pick it up again. He couldn't. It got loose from the beginning, so finally decided to fall on it.
Something interesting I just realized, I've noticed it seemed like on the kickoffs, that kicker seems to make good contact. It's number 20 who's kicking kickoffs and 17 on extra points. I'm not sure why they have different guys, but number 20 seems to have the better leg.
All right, so the Bulldogs now 1st and 10 from their own 16-yard line. Townsend was going to have a chance to return that one right there, but just simply couldn't pick it up. Blissett under center, and let's see, he fakes it, he's going to throw it, and this one is almost picked off. No, very close. Boy, that play looked out of sync from the very beginning, and it's an incomplete pass, and we're fortunate that it was not intercepted.
He had a receiver here by the sidelines that he could have checked down to, and it wouldn't have been a big game, but it would have been a game.
Well, it looked like it was the man that was bringing pressure may have got a hand on it as Blissett threw, but they're putting a man covering McLean. You know, McLean's been blocking it first and kind of sneaking that out in the flat, and that time there was a man on him.
All right, so 2nd and 10 now for the Dogs at our own 16-yard line. 3:14 left to play in the third. Carthage up by 9, 35-26. Here's Blissett, play action fake. He wants to throw left, and this ball is going to be incomplete. There was a miscommunication there between Blissett and Townsend, and that ball was 15 yards over Townsend's head.
Let me tell you, that was so dangerous because Townsend was out of the whole situation. It was just their defender going after the ball. So something happened there.
So our last 2 plays have looked shaky. Shaky to say the least. Remember, we had a shaky series down at Beaumont against Navasota. 3rd down and 10 now from our 16. Snap back to Blissett. Here comes a flag in. False start. I'm telling you, we're out of sync. There was a series at Navasota against Navasota where we just were totally out of sync offensively, and we are on this series right here.
Yeah, on that play there, a middle linebacker kind of snuck up to the line, and it caused caused a flinch.
Yeah.
So now it's 3rd and 15. 3rd and 15 from Carthage from our 11-yard line. Not good. Snap back to Blissett. Blissett wants to throw. He's throwing down the near sideline. This ball is incomplete, intended for Jackson. They had double coverage on him at the 45-yard line. And that's going to bring up 4th and 15 from our 11.
Yeah, that play, we just need not to have a turnover here and do something stupid. Get it back in our defense. Let our defense do what they can do.
4th and 11 for Carthage from our 4th and 15, pardon me. 4th and 15 from our 11-yard line. 3:01 to play in the third. Carthage leading Silsbee 35-26. And we're going to punt it from the 11. Snap back to Blissett in the end zone. He gets the kickoff. And this one's going to hit at the 42. And we get about a 5-yard, make it 6-yard roll to the 48. So it'll be a 37-yard kick and no return.
Yes, we need to settle down. We need to stop. That's the first stop of the second half for them. And we just kind of shot ourselves in the foot on that one. Still got a 9-point lead. 2:51 left. They've got to score twice. And they've got to stop us too.
It is a two-score ball game right now. They cannot tie it up with a touchdown and two extra points. All right, they've got quads to the right, 4 receivers to the right, a single to the left. And here's Thomas running with it, and he's wrapped up for a very short gain. So they had 5 wideouts, empty backfield, and Thomas, the quarterback, keeps it on a run design play and picks up only 1.
And yeah, we had only 3 linemen, and we had McLean back as a linebacker that time.
That was Perez on the tackle that time. A one-arm Perez got him down.
Snap back to Thomas. Thomas wants to throw it. Great protection this time. Throws right. This ball is incomplete. And that's going to bring up now 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, that's just something they don't like to do. And if we could sneak a little linebacker in here to rush him on this throw. But I don't know if I was him, I'd be running that number 5. And then every once in a while, number 26.
3rd down and 9. 3rd and 9 for Silsbee. 3rd and 9 at the Carthage 47-yard line. 11 seconds left on the play clock. They look over to the sideline to get the call. 3rd down and 9 for Silsbee at the Carthage 47. Snap back to Thomas. Thomas going to run it himself over the right side, and he does not have the first down. He needed 9 yards, and he picks up about 6, bringing up 4th down and 3.
Yeah, last time we stopped him on this particular play.
4th down and 3 for Silsbee at the Carthage 41. Minute 55 to play in the third quarter. Carthage up 35-26. 4th and 3 for Silsbee at the Carthage 41-yard line. Thomas in the shotgun. Thomas keeps it himself. Thomas didn't get it. He needed 3 and he only got 1 yard. And then the Dogs hold once again, and they'll have it at their own 40-yard line.
No, Brewster, I think, was on the tackle again. That little rascal.
Well, there were several Bulldogs on that. He faked the handoff. It was same read option they've been running, but he had nowhere to go.
And Thomas gets up slowly and walks off the field this time. Boy, he took a lick that time. All right, the Dogs have got to do something on offense right now. Our defense has had 2 stops here in this second half. And Carthage now gets it at our 40-yard line. So we've got great field position. And we had a very shaky series offensively the last time we had the football. All right, now Blissett in the shotgun. He's got 2 backs with him in the backfield. One now goes motion right. And here's the handoff. It goes to Hardy, and Hardy for no gain at all.
No, they had that snuffed out. We ran a man in motion, and then we run him on a counter going a different direction. But their interior lineman figured that out.
Incidentally, if you're not hearing the name Keontae Ingram, he was injured on his very first carry of the ballgame. He picked up 7 yards, injured early in the first quarter, and has not been back. 2nd down and 10 now for Carthage at their own 40-yard line. 1:10 to go in the third quarter. Carthage leading 35-26. 2nd and 10 at our 40. Boy, we badly need a score on this possession right here. It's hard to stop this team on every possession that they have. They're looking for the blitz. Here comes Blissett. Blissett wants to throw it. They've got the blitz on. He's going to go deep. Has Jackson out there. Jackson has it at the 20, to the 15, 10, 5. Jackson, touchdown! Jakeldrick Jackson on a 59-yard touchdown pass from Jared Blissett.
Wow, that was beautiful. And he was just getting hit when he threw the ball. And somehow the receiver had gotten behind everybody again.
Again, it was great protection. They were able to pick up the blitz coming in from the left side. A little bit of a shift there in the protection, and Jared had just enough time to get it downfield.
Larry, he needed 400-something yards passing tonight to break Anthony Morgan's record, didn't he?
He's getting close to Morgan, who's number 2. 59 yards there on that touchdown pass. Here's the extra point attempt by Hernandez, and this one, did it get inside the left upright? Yes, it did. Carthage 42. Silsbee 26, 49 seconds left to play in the third quarter. We'll be back right after this.
Smokey and Judy Smith, owners of Smith Energy Services, have been providing equipment and services to local oil and gas exploration companies for over a quarter century. Today, Smith Energy continues to offer services for pipeline repair and construction, oil field services, roustabouts, well testing and flowback, lease maintenance, equipment rental, vacuum services, and much, much more. Call Smith Energy Services in Carthage today at 903-693-8872 and let Smokey and Judy Smith help you get the job done.
HEB is your hometown neighborhood grocery store where you'll always find friendly faces, affordable prices, and quality products. HEB in Carthage has the freshest produce and meat combined with trustworthy brands to keep your grocery bill low. Why waste time and gas going out of town when your local HEB has everything you need at the prices you love? HEB in Carthage. Here, everything is better.
Well, the Pretty Paws grooming and boarding extra point attempt by Rafael Hernandez is good. Follows the 59-yard pass from Jared Blissett to Jakeldrick Jackson. Dogs up 42-26. And I tell you what, every time we score, every time we exchange scores with them, we kick an extra point, they miss a 2-pointer. The lead just keeps getting gradually a little bit bigger. Now it's still a 2-score ball game, though. They could tie it with 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions. Here's the kick. They're going to return it from the 11 up to the 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and out to the 43-yard line. Well, Mike Morgan, our special teams coordinator, will not be happy with that. A return of 33 yards from the 10 to the 43.
Yeah, well, missing that extra point to start the game for them is what's made them do something different when they go to the line of scrimmage after they score.
Number 5 there on the tackle on the kickoff. I'm wondering, since we've gone deep a few more times this half, I'm wondering if we're picking on one particular defender.
Could be. Good question, Mayor. All right, now Dontre Thomas in the shotgun. Snap back to him. He wants to throw it here. Pretty good protection. Now throws to the right side. Incomplete. As Lowe couldn't hang on to it. Barnes couldn't hang on to it. He was tackled pretty hard there, and he gets up. No, he's not getting up. We'll take a timeout here in Tyler. Back right after this.
Well, it's that time of year again. Kick off the new season by downloading the new Animal Medical Center Vet app. Get your season pass to all of your pets' records by downloading the new AMC Vet app, available free at Google Play and iTunes. Don't take time out to call on your pet's medications or book boarding reservations. Use the app. Keep your pet's playbook at your fingertips with the new AMC Vet app, available now. Animal Medical Center, proudly taking care of your 4-legged family members for 56 years. Dr. George Taylor, Josh Tiller, and Jeff Travis. Go Dogs!
At Devon Energy, we believe that to be a good company, we must first be a good neighbor. Our commitment runs deep in our relationships with the people of East Texas. Our employees are neighbors, mentors, leaders, and community volunteers. Devon Energy is proud to support East Texas high school football. Good luck and play safe. Devon Energy Corporation, Carthage.
Well, that's Kalen Barnes going off the field for Silsbee. I think he's going to be okay. I don't know who put the big hit on him, but it was a pretty good blow. Was that Hearn?
I think so.
All right, 2nd and 10 now for Silsbee at their 43. Ball on the right hash. 33 seconds left here in the third. Snap back to Thomas. Thomas rolling to his right. He wants to throw it. Now he's going to run with it, and he's pushed out of bounds by McLean after a 2-yard gain to the 40. 45-yard line.
Yeah, McCain was coming from the other side of the field and ran him down. 26 seconds left here in the third quarter, 42-26 Carthage. And Jerry Blissett has completely lit it up tonight.
Dontre Thomas, the Silsbee quarterback, now 28 carries, 177 yards. 26 seconds left to play. Incidentally, Jared Blissett, 424 yards passing tonight. Snap back to Thomas. Thomas in the shotgun, wants to throw it. Now he's being chased from behind. He's going to be sacked. He is sacked back at the 42-yard line. That's going to be a 3-yard loss on the play.
Perez is down, but he's down about 4 times a game.
Yeah, that was D. Hearn on the stop, and I believe Gates was coming in right in behind it.
Well, Perez pulls himself out. So.
Perez pulls himself out.
Punt unit on the field. And that actually ends the third quarter, We head to the final period. Carthage leading Silsbee 42-26. We'll be back after this break.
The First Baptist Church of Carthage invites you to Fantasia Noel on Sunday, December the 13th at 6 p.m. The First Baptist Sanctuary Choir and the First Baptist Psalm 150 Orchestra are joining together to present this spectacular Christmas presentation. Invite your family and friends and come enjoy songs of Christmas joy as together we worship the newborn King. Fantasia Noel, Sunday, December the 13th at 6 p.m. at the exciting First Baptist Church of Carthage.
All right, Mark, I'm going to look up a record here.
Okay. All right, start the fourth quarter, the Bulldogs do. Is this they're going to punt to us. But that don't look like the same punter that was back here last time.
Well, I'll try to look it up later. Trying to look up the record for passing yards in one game. And here's the kick, and it's going to hit at the 38. Going to take a big roll for Silsbee. They're going to get a roll this time of almost 25 yards. The line of scrimmage was the 45. And let's see, the punt's going to roll dead at the 14. So that's going to be 36, and 5 is a 41-yard kick and no return. Carthage first and 10 at our 14-yard line. 11:49 to play in the fourth. Carthage up 42-26.
So I was quick chat there with Jared Blissett while the punting team was on the field, and as the ball was down, he jogged off and said, "I got to go score."
All right, we get the ball now. We can just put this thing away if we can go down there and score.
Okay, my numbers are unofficial, but the previous record for passing yards in one game, 423 by Anthony Morgan, 2010 against Gladewater. I have Blissett with 424, but again, those are not official. Okay, here's the pitch out, going to Townsend. Townsend coming left. He fumbles the ball. He fumbled it, and Silsbee has it at the 19-yard line. Townsend with the fumble, and Silsbee has it at the Carthage 19. Down 42-26.
Well, you put pressure on our defense again. But this is when they'll run number 5. They don't need to throw it and just run him 4 plays straight on fourth downs. But the times we had a chance to take over a ball game tonight, we've muffed that up. We interception. We threw the ball into an interception in the end zone.
All right, so Silsbee has it now. They're only down by 2 scores. Snap back to Thomas. Thomas throwing left. Running room after the 15 to the 10 to the 5, and that's going to be a touchdown for Silsbee. 19-yard pass, and they score on the first play after the turnover. And now it's 42-32 with the extra point attempt to come.
Threw the ball out there in the flat, and he had 2 receivers out there blocking, and we only had 2 guys out there. And all he did is make a couple of moves and went on into the end zone.
All right, and let's see. I'm sure they're going to go for 2. Again, we've got 11:34 to play in the fourth quarter. Here's Thomas. Thomas rolling to his right. He throws into the end zone. This ball is caught for a 2-point conversion, and now it's an 8-point ball game. So a 2-point conversion pass, and now the score is Carthage 42, Silsbee 34. So Silsbee takes advantage of the Carthage turnover, and they score on the first play, get the 2-point conversion, and now they're only down by 8, 11:34 to play. We'll get the kickoff right after this break.
It's the holiday season in America. It's always a great time to be a Christian and an American, but especially this time of the year. First United Methodist Church Carthage invites you to join them in the worship of our risen Lord. Teenagers and senior adults, children and youth meet on Wednesdays. Sunday school is at 9 a.m. and worship services on Sunday are at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. Choir and handbells also meet on Wednesdays. First United Methodist Church. Open minds, open doors, open hearts.
Well, the Silsby Tigers take advantage of the Carthage turnover. Hunter Townsend fumbled, and Silsby took over at the 19-yard line. Very first play, touchdown pass, two-point conversion pass. And just as you get a little bit of breathing room, you think, Silsby comes back, as good teams do. And now it's a one-score ball game once again. Carthage with an 8-point advantage.
But to take care of the ball. And that's what we talked about before the game started. You got to take care of the ball, and these two turnovers that we've committed, the interception in the end zone and then this fumble here, keeps them in the ball game. Otherwise, we're way ahead.
Here's the kick. It's a kick along the ground, and we just fall on it.
They got it.
Oh, Silsby may have it. Hardy could not come up with it as it was bounding along the ground, and Silsby got the football.
Yeah, Hardy trying to just kind of fall on it and cover it up, but it bounced off his chest right into the arms of a Silsby player. And a final score to report, Munster does defeat Tenaha 33-16.
It's all about taking care of the ball, and that's another situation. We gave it last week to Navasota, gave them two 30-yard drives and a pick six, and we had to struggle to win it.
All right, Silsby has the football. 1st and 10 now at the Carthage 34. Oh, my goodness. Thomas, the quarterback, going to be in the shotgun. Snap back to him. He wants to throw it, throws it right. This ball is caught by Mackey. Mackey's immediately wrapped up at the 30-yard line after a gain of 4.
Just quick pass out there in the flat. We had a man there on him as soon as he caught it, but still, it's behind almost 6.
Colton Mackey, a 6'2", 180-pound junior, is their leading receiver this year. 65 receptions coming in, 1,155 yards, and 11 touchdowns. 2nd and 6 now for Silsby at the Carthage 30. Here's a handoff. It goes to Thomas, and he is wrapped up in the backfield for a loss. That's going to be Gates, I believe, on the tackle right there.
He came in from the linebacker blitz. Nobody touched him, brought him down.
Loss of 1 on the play.
That was a play we badly needed right there.
Now it's 3rd down and 7. 3rd and 7 for Silsby at the Carthage 31-yard line. Let's go, D. Come on, D. Dondre Thomas in the shotgun. Looks over to the sideline to get the call. Trips right, single left. Snap back to Thomas. Thomas going to run it himself. Gets away from one tackler, but cannot escape the second one. And he needed 7, and he got 6 down to the 25-yard line. It'll be 4th and 1 for Silsby at the Carthage 25.
And I'll tell you what, we had him in the backfield, stopped, and he's just so hard to bring down.
Gates nearly caused a fumble there, too. The ball moved just a little bit, but not enough to get away from him.
All right, 4th and 1 for Silsby. Here's Thomas. Thomas going to keep it himself, and I think he's got it. Very close. He didn't pick up much, but he didn't need much.
See where he marks it here.
And I think he's got the first down.
Yeah, it is real close.
Carthage wanted a measurement.
Play defense.
But they didn't give it to him. All right, now here's Thomas. Thomas looking to throw, throws down the far sideline. This ball is incomplete. The Silsby receiver wanting a flag on Jakevian McDaniel. McDaniel with pretty good coverage down there, a yard deep in the end zone.
Ball wasn't thrown very well, but he got his body in between the ball and the receiver, and he could not come up with it.
2nd and 10. Boy, I tell you what, on that previous play, I don't understand it. They measured earlier when it was 2 feet short, and there they didn't measure, and it was just inches. All right, here's the handoff to Adonis Thomas. Thomas over the left side, and I tell you what, my gosh, he picks up 11 yards. We had him wrapped up for about a 5 or 6 yard gain. Picks up 11 yards on the carry.
It's a first down for the Tigers.
First down, stops the clock, 9:41, 42-34 Carthage.
42-34 Dogs. First and 10 for Silsbee at the Carthage 13-yard line. First and 10 at the Carthage 13. Dontre Thomas. He's going to keep it himself. Ball is loose, and we pick it up. We may score to the 35, the 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. McClin with it, 25 to the 20. McClin to the 10, and he's down to the 10-yard line. It was a fumble, and McClin picked it up. There's a flag.
There is a flag back down at the
13-yard line. There's a flag at the 13.
It may be against Silsbee, however.
McClin picked up the fumble, and he returned it. Let's see if we can get an idea. It's going to be a return from the 14. That's 36.
He's picking it up. I believe it's against Silsbee.
36 is going to be a 77-yard fumble return from McClin down to the Silsbee 9-yard line, and I think it's going against Silsbee. We're going to have it first and goal at the Silsbee 9-yard line.
And I'm telling you, I was telling number 16 to keep him to block. He was running beside him, and there was a guy coming right up behind him, and all he had to do is turn around and push him. And if he did, it was going to be a touchdown anyway.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Silsbee, and that will move it. I think they'll tack this on at the end of the run, I think. I'm not for sure about that. 9:11 to play in the ball game. Let's see, what did I call it? I think it was 76-yard fumble return by McClin. Takes it down to the 9, and then they do tack on the penalty of 4.5 yards. It'll be first and goal Carthage inside the Silsbee 5.
Need to give McClin some oxygen, much as he ran that ball. What happened, they jerked it out of his hand, and all of a sudden McClin was by himself in the backfield and took off and was chased down slowly.
Gotta score here. Gotta score. 9:11 to play in the ball game. Carthage up 42-34. First and goal now from the 4.5. Blissett under center. We've got a power formation in there. We've got Gates in. Mikael Gates, yes. Hand off to Hardy. Hardy straight ahead. And he's down to the 2. So he picked up 2 yards. It's going to be second and goal from the Silsbee 2-yard line. 9 minutes to go in the ball game. Carthage up 42-34.
And what's so good about it is we do have a field goal kicker. And if that could be a very big part of this game, if he kicks a field goal and puts us up by more than 2 scores.
Oh, come on, Mark. We want a touchdown.
Well, of course we do. But.
All right, it's now second and goal from the 2. Second and goal for the Dogs from the Silsbee 2-yard line. 8 seconds left to go on the play clock. Blissett quarterback sneak. Blissett toward the goal line. And no signal yet. He is not in. It's going to be inside the 1, however. Blissett inside the 1-yard line. It's going to be third and goal for Carthage from inside the 1. 8:15 to go in the third quarter. Carthage leading 42-34.
And it does take some time off the clock. These 2 runs have, which is an advantage. Our clock's our advantage now, but another one of these quarterback sneaks ought to do it.
15 seconds on the play clock. Third and goal now from the 1. Blissett. It's going to be another quarterback sneak. Blissett toward the goal line. Blissett
did not make it.
He did not make it. It is fourth down. Fourth and goal inside the 1.
Looked like as he tried to push off to get that last push, his foot slipped out from under him. He just didn't get a push off his own legs.
Well,
fourth and goal for Carthage inside the 1-yard line.
We're on this hash, so I don't know if that's going to be good for a kicker.
And Scott may be waiting. He's just going to let the clock run down. The play clock run down and take a timeout.
Yeah, most of the offensive coaches are all huddled around Coach Surratt. They're all discussing it. And now a play being called. Have no idea what it is. And Surratt's saying to slow down. He's going to call a timeout. 7:09 to play. Fourth quarter. Carthage leading 42-34 inside the 1. We'll take a break. Be back after this.
The Genpack plant continues to be a leading employer in Carthage and the surrounding area. From entry-level to skilled labor, competitive pay, and exceptional benefits, medical, dental, vision, 401k, flex spending account, shift differential, 11 paid holidays, plus many more. Employee Appreciation Day in October, where Genpack recognizes the hard work and dedication of employees with gifts and great food. Come and join their team. Applications for Genpack can be obtained at First Choice Personnel in Carthage. Proud to be a supporter of the local football programs. Go Dogs.
Louisiana Pacific Corporation is a proud corporate neighbor in Panola County. They provide jobs, pay taxes, and support community activities. Chances are an employee of Louisiana Pacific Corporation is an active church member, civic club member, or volunteer in your community. You know them and know what good jobs they do. Louisiana Pacific Corporation, a good company hiring great people, your neighbors.
All right, 4th and goal from inside the 1 yard line. Blissett under center. Blissett pitch out to Hardy. Hardy left side into the end zone. Touchdown. Rodney Hardy with a pitch out going left, and he took it in and scored. And the ball game is now 48-34 in favor of the Bulldogs. 7:06 to play in the third quarter. In the fourth quarter, make that extra point attempt to come.
And when he got the ball and he turned forward and went north and south, you could tell he wasn't going to be stopped.
Okay, that's now a 14-point ball game. Hernandez trying to make it a 15-point game. There's a snap back to Davis. Kick is away. They had a pretty good rush. They didn't get it, and the kick is good once again. Hernandez, 7 out of 7 in extra points. It's 49-34 Dogs. 7:06 to play in the ball game. Back right after this.
Smokey and Judy Smith, owners of Smith Energy Services, have been providing equipment and services to local oil and gas exploration companies for over a quarter century. Today, Smith Energy continues to offer services for pipeline repair and construction, oil field services, roustabouts, well testing and flowback, lease maintenance, equipment rental, vacuum services, and much, much more. Call Smith Energy Services in Carthage today at 903-693-8872 and let Smokey and Judy Smith help you get the job done.
H-E-B is your hometown neighborhood grocery store where you'll always find friendly faces, affordable prices, and quality products. H-E-B in Carthage has the freshest produce and meat combined with trustworthy brands to keep your grocery bill low. Why waste time and gas going out of town when your local H-E-B has everything you need at the prices you love? H-E-B in Carthage. Here, everything is better.
All right, the Pretty Paws grooming and boarding extra point attempt by Rafael Hernandez. Good. He's 7 out of 7 tonight. That follows a 1 yard run by Rodney Hardy. Carthage up now 49-34, 7:06 to play in the ball game. Hernandez getting ready to kick off to the Silsby Tigers. Again, 7:06 left to play in this one here in Tyler. Here's the kick, and it's a wobbly kick going to go out of bounds. And so Silsby, I assume, will take it at the 30-yard line. And they'll have it there 1st and 10. The winner of this one gets the La Vega Pirates next week in the state semifinals. And that one will be a good one, I'm sure. La Vega comes into that ball game 14-0. And again, they'll get the winner of this ball game here. The Bulldogs trying to go to the state semifinals for the 6th time in the last 8 years. And this time, Silsby's going to say, no, we don't want it at the 30. We're going to have you kick it off again.
So Surratt said that on those kickoff out of bounds, he said if they want to take it at the 30, that's fine. That's, a touchback's to the 25, so there's really not much difference. But Silsby down like they are, that's probably the smart move.
Yeah, they're going to maybe your guy can break one. You never know.
So they're going to try to go for the big return here. 7:06 to play in the ball game. Carthage leading 49-34, and the kick by Hernandez went out of bounds. So Silsby, instead of taking it at the 30, elects to move Carthage back 5 yards, and the Carthage now kicking off from the 35. Hernandez advances. Here's the kick, and it's a high end over end kick. They're going to return it from the 13 up to the 15, the 20, going left to the 25, the 30, and to the 35-yard line. I tell you what, considering we were penalized 5 yards, that's not too bad as we stop them at the 35.
Now we need the clock to start running. Got a nice lead. They got to score twice and at least make one 2-point conversion.
That's correct. Well, actually, if they go for 2, they got to make 2 2-point conversions because 2 scores and 2 scores and 1 2-point conversion would be 14 points, and they're down by 15. Okay, so 1st and 10 now. 1st and 10 for Silsby at their own 35-yard line. Thomas in the shotgun, snap back to him. He's going to throw right. This ball is caught at the 35 to the 40 and out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Flag on the play back at the 35 after a gain of 8.
That's probably where a hold is, more than likely. And they've had success. I tell you what that happens. Their receivers block downfield very well.
Pass interference on the offense.
It looks like they're going to call them for a pick of some kind. Probably began to block before the pass was caught is what I would assume.
Silsby coach out beyond the numbers. He's well out beyond the numbers, objecting to this call, and gets the white hat to come over and visit with him. This will be a penalty against the Tigers. It's going to be a 10-yard penalty. No, he's still marching it off. He's now got, it's going to be 15 yards. 15-yard penalty against Silsby. Moves it back to the 20-yard line. Well, we got a great chance to stop him here. 1st and 25, Silsby. 1st and 25, back at their own 20-yard line. 1st and 25 for the Tigers, back at their own 20. Snap back to Thomas. Thomas, play action fake. He wants to throw it. Now he's being pressured by McGlynn. He's going to be sacked. Ball's loose. Ball's loose on the ground at the 14-yard line. Let's see if Carthage got it. Dogs have it. Dogs have it at the 14-yard line.
The man that never quits is McGlynn, and he is being blocked tonight pretty well, but he got loose, and when he went to tackle him, he swatted like you see on TV and knocked the ball out of his hands, and Carthage Bulldogs end up with it and can put a nail in some coffin here.
So bringing the pressure there, he basically just kind of bench pressed the tackle off of him to get loose, and quarterback could feel the pressure, but he just had nowhere to go.
All right, Dogs have it. 6:43 left to play in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10 at the Silsby 15-yard line. And in case you've just joined us, Keontae Ingram injured on his very first carry tonight. He has been out since early in the first quarter. We've had to rely heavily on our passing game. Blissett over 400 yards passing. Here's Blissett handing off to Hardy. Hardy up the middle as we run some clock now. And he picks up about 3 or 4 and hangs onto the football down to the 11-yard line. Hardy for 4.
I thought the time had expired. It looked like it had. I could hear Jared's daddy yelling, "Hurry up!"
Okay, that's 3 yards to the. We'll give him 3 to the 12-yard line. Again, Jared Blissett unofficially, according to my totals, 424 yards. That is one more than the Carthage record for passing yards in one game. Again, that's my records, and they're unofficial. All right, Blissett under center, pitch out Hardy. Hardy going left, has some running room to the 10. Hardy to the 5. Hardy down close to the 2-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal Dogs after that Garrett's Record Service Bulldog first down. 10-yard run for Hardy down to the 2.
Yeah, he was going to the outside. Looks like he was going to go to the outside, but then he cut up the middle and had, he's a freight train. He's a bowling ball.
Coaching staff starting to feel this. Coach Surratt getting a little excited knowing the score here could put it away.
All right, 1st and goal Dogs now at the Silsby 2-yard line. Carthage up by 2 scores, trying to go up by 3. Touchdown makes it, even if we miss the extra point, makes it a 3-score ball game because we'd be up by 21. All right, here's a handoff. Hardy. Hardy right side. Hardy touchdown. Dogs are up by 21 points. It's a 2-yard touchdown run for Rivodney Hardy.
When we had Ingram in there, Ingram was a different type of runner. But, our old workhorse had been with us from day one. And last year he got hurt against Gilmer. And tonight he's running with a vengeance. And it's good when you got depth. Now he's probably a pretty good night of running.
All right, 5:22 to play. Dogs up now 55-34. Here's the extra point attempt. It is good. And it's now 56-34. Carthage. 5:22 left to go in the ball game.
Panola County football isn't shy, and God says neither should we. The Apostle Paul encouraged his young friend Timothy, "For God did not give us the spirit of timidity, but a spirit of power and of love and of self-discipline." This is Steve Jackson, pastor of Central Baptist Church in Carthage. Share your weekend with us as we worship God and find strength for abundant life this Sunday morning at 10:45.
Longhorn Grill in Carthage, country cooking at its best. Stop by Longhorn Grill today and enjoy a country fried steak, catfish, shrimp, tilapia, or maybe even a cheeseburger. Longhorn Grill also serves up the best steak in town, and don't forget those mouth-watering desserts such as country peach cobbler and bourbon bread pudding. Open daily 10:30 a.m. until 10 p.m. with catering and to-go orders available. Longhorn Grill on West Panola, where it's all about the food.
The Pretty Paws Grooming and Boarding extra point by Rafael Hernandez good after the 2-yard run by Hardy. 56-34 Dogs, 5:22 to go. Hernandez getting ready to kick off. Here's the kick. We were offsides. They've got a free return here from the 9, back to the 10, the 15, the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, midfield. I don't think they'll take the offside penalty. They're going to get the football at the Carthage 49-yard line after a great return. We were offside. If you've been to Chalk Talk, you know that Coach Surratt, one of his frustrations with Rafael Hernandez, who's a great kicker, is that sometimes he'll take a little stutter step as he approached the kickoff, and you don't know when he's going to do it. So it's tough to time advancing on the kickoff, starting downfield if you're on the kickoff team, when you don't know when he's going to take the stutter step or not. And again, you can see that at Chalk Talk.
That's right. Every Monday.
Every Monday.
$10. Get you a good meal. Cooked by Mrs. Moselle Holland's wife.
Is that right?
That's right.
I did not know who. Boy, I tell you, that this last week, that barbecue was really good.
Well, she's grinning like a possum. I know Moselle's listening. So.
I think that was this last. I guarantee you, barbecue was a very recent menu attraction at Chalk Talk.
Oh, he told me what we were going to have this week. I'm trying to remember. I'll try to remember.
$10. Now, I tell you what, the crowd's really picking up here in the playoffs, and you've never heard a game explained, a tape explained, until you're there to hear Coach Surratt describe it for you. 1st and 10, Silsbee now at the Dog 48. Ball on the left hash. Snap back to Thomas. Thomas hands off to the running back coming to his right. This is the young man who scored on the 67-yard touchdown. Now he's going back to his left, and he's not going to make it as he is tackled for a loss. That's going to be Jakevian McDaniel on the tackle.
Probably a face
He came
mask.
to his right, had to retreat back to his left. Probably going to be a face mask on us. But it would be a 5-yard loss if the play stands.
I think they're going to get him for a horse collar tackle. He may have got a little bit of the pads there.
Face mask, defense.
Okay, face mask call. And let's see. I think they marked that off from the 47, which means that's right, which means it is a. No, they're going to take it from the line of scrimmage. Okay. So line of scrimmage, so wipe out the loss on the play. That does not count. 15-yard penalty against Carthage. Moves it down to the Carthage 33, and it is a first down for Silsbee. 5:07 to play in the ball game. 1st and 10, Silsbee at the Dog 33.
Crowd starting to thin out a little bit here too.
Carthage up 56-34. Thomas with it, and a flag. This is going to go against Silsbee, or it should. That's right, false start. All right, when the time marches down a little bit more, we'll tell you about the possibilities on next week's game, where it's going to be located. Coach Surratt, at least as of yesterday, if you heard him in the interview, he does not know. He did not know yesterday. 4 locations sort of up in the air as to where the Bulldogs will be playing La Vega next week. La Vega with a 14-0 record. They knocked off China Spring 20-7. They forced China Spring into 6 turnovers in that game last night in Waco. All right, here's Thomas pitching out to the wide receiver coming right, and he is just slung down to the ground by Bliss and by McLean. A 1-yard gain there, and he gets up a little gimpy. 1-yard gain for Barnes.
No, McLean. His motor reminded you of Deshaun. Deshaun was built different completely. He was an interior lineman, but he never quit. He couldn't be blocked. He never got blocked that I saw very often. And then same thing with McLean. He never gets blocked.
2nd down and 16 now. Here's Thomas. Thomas wanting to throw it. He throws it downfield. This ball is incomplete. Going to be a flag. This is going to go against Romero for interference as he got there too early. And the penalty will be against Jordan Romero.
He got it. He tried to time it, and it just wasn't quite there.
Yeah, like the contact was a little before the ball, and they're having a tough time with McLean, like you said. I believe that there could have been a hold, but they may waive this off.
There is no flag on the play for pass interference.
Oh.
When it was passed.
McClin tipped the ball.
Okay. McClin knew what was coming up. I wondered why he was celebrating the penalty against us, but it was tipped, and so that negates the interference. So that makes it now 3rd down and 16 for Silsbee from the Carthage 39-yard line. Boy, let's stop them right here. I don't want these guys to score again. 4:02 left to play in the ball game. Carthage up 56-34. Thomas in the shotgun. Snap back to him. Thomas looking to throw. Going to throw deep right to the sideline. Incomplete as Mackey did not go to the sideline, and actually Romero was the closest one to it. 4th down coming up now for Silsbee at the Carthage 39-yard line. Carthage up 56-34, 3:57 to go in the ball game.
Well, that was made by McClin again. He got into the backfield and threw his old arms up and made him throw the ball errant. He couldn't get a follow-through on his throw. He is just all over the field.
I tell you, in the 9 years that Scott's been here, McClin's up there pretty close to the top, isn't he, as far as defensive stars. Okay, here's Thomas. Wants to throw it. Here's McClin chasing him, throws it downfield. Incomplete. There's a flag coming out. That's going to be on Jakeldrick Jackson, who got tied up there with the intended receiver.
He got it tangled up. That did. The other one looked more like interference than that one did. They just kind of got tangled up with each other. It wasn't like he did it on, grabbed his arm or anything on purpose. So they're discussing it here.
Yeah, Jackson, he's didn't really argue with that call. They're going to talk about it, but he did get tangled up. And McClin, he's knowing they're going to throw. Last few plays, he's taking a very wide arc around the tackle, trying to get to the quarterback. We'll see if he tries to come back inside this time.
Makes you think that maybe it was tipped the way they're talking.
They're talking about it a long time. This is not a done deal yet on the interference.
Well, we got 3:50 left. We're ahead by 21. I think we're going to plan on playing next week. Still hadn't
decided for sure. Okay, it is going to be interference. All right, so interference against Carthage after the play was over. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Silsby Tigers.
So there's a timeout on the field?
Yeah, what they were talking about is sorting it out, knowing they had 2 penalties to decide if they were going to offset or not. And I believe since the unsportsmanlike came after the play, they enforced both penalties. So Silsby basically gets the ball where they had it, but just a fresh set of downs.
Okay. So they mark off the 15 now, and then they come right back the other direction. So they went 15 yards south, and now they come 15 yards north.
I don't know why you want to do that.
And so it's going to be back at the 39-yard line, and it's going to be first down. It will be first down and 10.
Yeah, as odd as that sounds, I believe that's the correct ruling.
Well, that's taking a long time.
Okay, I could. Okay. You could make a case, I think. Okay, they had a first down after the interference penalty. Then the unsportsmanlike was a dead ball. Move it back. I could make a case there. I guess it's not 1st and 25. Scott Surratt's not arguing. Okay, 1st and 10 now for Silsbee. 1st and 10 Silsbee at the Carthage 39. 3:50 to play in the ball game. Thomas in the shotgun. Snap back to him, and he's going to throw left. This ball is caught out there at the 35 to the 30, and that's going to be a first down. They pick up 11 yards down to the 28-yard line. That'll stop the clock while the chains move.
It'll stop it just for this. Oh, we got a man down, so.
Injury timeout on the field.
Let's see if he's going to get up.
It doesn't look like it's Daniels. Let's take a break. 3:43 to play, fourth quarter. Carthage leading Silsbee 56-34. You're listening to 104.3 KGAS, your sports beat station.
At Panola National Bank, we're constantly looking for ways to make community banking even better. Now we're making it easier for you to bank on the go with mobile PNB. Our new mobile banking service allows you to access your accounts directly from your cell phone so you can make transfers, check balances, and search transactions all from the convenience of your cell phone or tablet. Be sure to check out our new free mobile apps in the iTunes Store and the Google Play Store. Panola National Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
All right, we have an injured player for the Bulldogs, and I think it's cramps.
That's what it is. When they walk like that, it's a cramp.
Our trainer out there stretching out his leg for him. And so he's going to come out of the ball game since the timeout was called for his injury.
Say this is his first game back, so I'm sure his conditioning isn't up to par with everybody else's.
First down and 10 for the Silsby Tigers at the Bulldog 28-yard line. 3:43 to go in the fourth quarter. Carthage leading 56-34.
So
Vegas, my gosh, this game has gone long, hasn't it? Long one here in Tyler. Had a bunch of penalties, bunch of incomplete passes. All right, now Thomas, first down and 10. Snap back to him in the shotgun. He wants to throw in deep into the end zone. This ball is caught by Mackey for a touchdown.
Well, we rushed our linebackers and had single coverage out there. And another dog's down with cramps out there.
So that's a 28-yard pass to Mackey.
Yeah, and he's coming off now. That's Kildrick. He's got cramps. Of course, he's been going both ways a lot here in the second half. So he's got a good excuse for it.
28-yard pass to Mackey with 3:28 to go. And that makes it 56-40. And you know Silsby's going to go for two. So it makes it once again a two-score ball game.
Going to go for two, and then they're going to go for an onside kick. So.
That's right. Snap back to Thomas. Thomas wants to throw it right and throws it. This is incomplete. Big rush on Thomas. And I tell you what, he was limping a little bit before that play, and he gets up slowly there. I tell you what, we have put some pressure on him here in this second half. He's going to know tomorrow that he's been in a football game. All right, we have 56-40. The score. Carthage up by 16, 3:28 to play in the fourth. Back right after this.
School's back. Time to dust off that backpack, sharpen your pencils, and save big on the most important tool of all, superfast internet. For a limited time, when you get Fidelity's high-speed internet with blazing fast 100 meg download speeds, we'll give you 200 channels of free TV for a year. Or choose 20 meg internet for just $29.99 a month for a year. As always, there's no data caps, no contract, and free installation. Call your local Fidelity office today or order online at fidelitycommunications.com/freetv.
Driving across Texas? Get comfortable. There's nearly 300,000 square miles to explore. In a state this big, you need auto coverage from someone who knows it all. Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, for coverage that's right for how and where you drive in every moment of every mile. Call us, because moments worth covering are never accidents.
For all your insurance needs, come see me, Jenny Morgan, out on the loop in Carthage at Panola County Farm Bureau.
Discounts may vary by situation.
Okay, Silsby getting ready to kick off. I'm looking up to see what our record is for touchdown passes in one game. Jared Blissett has tied his own record. Blissett had 6 in 2014. Bogan shoots twice. Anthony Morgan once. So Blissett has tied the record held by himself and a couple of others here with 6 touchdown passes tonight. Here's the onside kick, and it's fumbled. And let's see who got it.
We had got
we had it. Boy, I tell you what, we need to work on that onside kick because
Baldry ended up with it.
Yeah,
who did?
Kagan Baldry. They had Baldry and 75 out
to block.
I believe they were out to block, but ball bounced around and it was Baldry who was able to fall on it.
Okay. Very close to having a Silsby recovery there, but Carthage comes up with it. 3:28 to go. And I tell you what, with all this scoring, it's going to sort of be a chalk talk like last week where Coach Surratt just could not quite get to all the plays because a lot of scoring in this one, 96 points. Last week we had, 55, 48, 103 points.
Well, I'll tell you what, you just tell them don't throw any of the interceptions that we had or any of the penalties that we had. Okay, just cut all them out.
All right, now 1st and 10. Let's see how many timeouts the Silsbee have. They have 2 timeouts left. Carthage 1st and 10 at the Silsbee 49. Blissett, pitch out Hardy. Hardy left. Now goes up in the middle at the 45. 40. He's going to have a first down. 35. The big guy rumbling inside the 30-yard line. It's going to be a Garrett's Record Service Bulldog first down from the 49 down to the 28-21 for Hardy.
Wow, he's having a quietly good. We're talking about Blissett with 424 yards passing, but Hardy's that there. He's got quite a few yards rushing himself.
All right, 1st and 10 now for the Bulldogs after that first down at the 28-yard line. Well, he's picked up most of the yards here in the second half. He didn't have much in the first days. He got 71 yards for the night, 14 carries for Rivadne Hardy. Under 3 minutes to go now. Carthage up by a score of 56-40. Blissett under center. 1st and 10 at the 28. Handoff Hardy. Hardy up the middle to the 25. Hardy to the 20. Hardy inside the 20 to the 18. Another Garrett's Record Service Bulldog first down on the 10-yard run by Rivadne Hardy.
I tell you what, the holes they're opening up is he's going to the left, and then a hole opens up, and he cuts to the right, and he gets through the line of scrimmage, through the linebackers, and gets hit by the defensive backs before anything happens.
Not quite a first down. I called that a little bit too early. He's just shy of the first down, so it's going to be 2nd down and less than a yard at the Silsbee 19-yard line, 2:20 and counting here in the fourth quarter. Carthage leading at 56-40. Carthage looks like they're going to play La Vega next week in the semifinals of the tournament, of the championship tournament. Here's a handoff to Hardy. Hardy over the right side, and he's not going to get the first down. That's going to be short of the first down. There's no gain there. Let's see if Silsbee calls a timeout. They have yet to call one. They've got 2 left. 1:50 to go. It's going to be 3rd down now and less than a yard. 3rd and a yard to go at the 19-yard line. Clock still rolling. I'm surprised they haven't called one here. 1:40 and clock is moving now. Well, Carthage up 56-40.
We were way ahead on that called them, that unnecessary. So they know they have to score twice, and I just think they said, Carthage, move on.
3rd down and a yard. Pitch out Hardy. Hardy going to go left this time. Has the first down to the 15 to the 10. Hardy down to about the 5-yard line. Going to be a first down. Another Garrett's Record Service Bulldog first down. And that's going to be a run of 14 yards for Hardy.
And we're going to take a knee now, I guarantee you.
I was about to say, I expect to see victory formation here. Clock stops, 1:17 to play. Carthage up 56-40. Clock now rolling.
Okay, so the Dogs...
Talk about the
playoff possibilities. Okay, the stadiums are NRG Stadium in Houston. That's one possibility. Another would be Royce City. Another would be the Garland in Garland, Texas, suburb of Dallas. $7 million renovation or upgrade for their facility. And the 4th one would be Allen. Okay, take a knee and timeout call.
Yeah, we called a timeout there before the snap. Didn't quite have the right personnel in. Nobody can decide whether they're supposed to be in or out, so Surratt just went ahead and take a timeout. 49 seconds to play here in the 4th.
This is Mark Harris at Farmers State Bank in Carthage. Did you know Farmers State Bank offers 15, 20, and 30-year fixed-rate mortgages? We will service your loan in-house, and you can make a payment at one of our 5 full-service locations: Center, Main Bank and Rough Rider Branch, Carthage, Joaquin, Shelbyville. So come by Farmers State Bank and let us help you buy the home of your dreams. Farmers State Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
All right, now it's going to be first and go, so that play did not count. First and go, Carthage victory formation at the 6-yard line. And there's Blissett taking the kneel. And the clock is rolling. I don't think
we'll have to run one more.
Yep, we're going to take one more. Silsbee's not going to stop it. Down to 35 seconds. The Bulldogs are going to go on to face Waco La Vega next week. And again, it'll either be at NRG Stadium in Houston, according to Coach Surratt in his interview yesterday, Royce City, Garland, or Allen. 20 seconds to go now in the ball game. 12 on the play clock. So Bliss is going to wait and snap it here. Now down to 6 on the play clock. He snaps it. And that's going to just about do it. The Bulldogs are going to win it here. 56-40, advancing to the state semifinals for the 6th time in the last 8 years against the Waco La Vega Pirates. All right, we'll be back with the wrap-up and Coach Surratt's interview right after this.
Fire and safety equipment supports Bulldog football. Look for our new location at 2699 Southeast Loop in Carthage. Open now. We now offer digital fingerprinting, drug and alcohol compliance testing, along with our full line of PPE equipment. We have you covered from head to toe with the best brands: Ariat, Bulwark, Carhartt, Cinch, Wrangler, Rasco, and Walls. Check us out online at texasfireandsafety.com. Go Dogs!
Randy Hudson, a 1984 Carthage High School graduate, invites you to stop by their new Carthage branch of the Hudson Financial Group. They offer property and casualty insurance on an independent platform, which allows them to help you with all types of risk. With companies like the Hartford, Mass Mutual, and Travelers, to name a few, Randy and his dad Herb look forward to assisting you with your insurance and financial needs. The Hudson Financial Group, 1507 West Panola in Carthage. Call 903-693-7874.
Bauer Furniture's Black Friday sale was so successful, Paul has extended the sale. There is still a great selection. These sale prices are the lowest of the year. Choose from Lazy Boy recliners, love seats, and sofas, dinette sets, living room sofas, curio cabinets, all art and lamps, 25% off, rugs, mirrors, Serta mattresses, all of this and much, much more at Bauer Furniture.
If you need construction done, check with Carlos and Shane Courtney at Courtney Construction Incorporated. They're the best in the business, whether it's pipeline or dirt work, oil field maintenance, or general construction. The Courtneys are well experienced. Give them a call today at 903-694-2911 or stop by 1300 Northeast Loop in Carthage. Courtney Construction Incorporated. When you need it done right, call Courtney Construction. They'll get it done.
Gathering together with friends and family makes the holidays a wonderful time of year. And right now, at Excel Ford in Carthage, we're celebrating the holidays with our first ever Friends and Neighbors pricing event. Come in now, and the low price you see is the low price you pay. No haggle, no hassle, on cars, trucks, SUVs, every nameplate. Nothing held back. You've never seen prices like this. It's our first ever Friends and Neighbors pricing event. Don't miss these savings. You'll find us right on the loop and right on the price. Excel Ford in Carthage.
Who passed for the most real estate tonight? That would be Jerry Blissett. Unofficially 424 yards of real estate tonight. Brought to you by Century 21, Mark Harris. If you need a house, if you need land, you need a business, you need a commercial building, you need a ranch, you can call me at Century 21, 903-693-5261 at the office, or my cell, 903-692-3836. Century 21 bringing you who got the most real estate tonight.
Friday night at Earl Campbell Field at Trinity Mother Frances Rose Stadium in Tyler, Texas, the Carthage Bulldogs and Silsby Tigers getting together in a state quarterfinal matchup, and the Bulldogs win this one by a score of 56-40. Here's the way the scoring went. Carthage with a 13-yard pass from Blissett to Hunter Townsend. Carthage up 7-0 in the first quarter. 67-yard run by Trey Lowe cut the ball game or tied it up. Silsby ties it up 7-7, 3:29 to play in the first. Blissett on a 23-yard pass to Jakeldrick Jackson gave Carthage a 14-7 lead. Then the Tigers came back, scored on a 1-yard run by Dontre Thomas. It was 14-all. Blissett, 8 yards to D. Bowens, 21-14, Carthage at the half. In the second half, the Silsby Tigers scored first on a 9-yard run by Thomas. 2-point run conversion failed, and that made it 21-20 Dogs. Then the Dogs upped it to 28-20 on a 23-yard pass to D. Bowens. Blissett then a 63-yard pass to D. Bowens. Carthage led 35-20, 6:28 to play in the third quarter. But the The Silsby Tigers came back. They cut it to 35-26 on a 10-yard run by Adonis Thomas. The extra point attempt on the kick was short. Carthage up 35-26. Blissett 59 yards on the pass to Jackson made it 42-26. 49 seconds to go in the third. Silsby on a 19-yard pass cut it 42-34 early in the fourth quarter. Hardy on a 1-yard run, then Hardy on a 2-yard run made it 56-34 Carthage, and then a 28-yard pass from Thomas to Mackey made the final score 56-40. Here's a look at the statistics in the ball game. Carthage 19 first down, Silsby 25. Silsby on the ground 427, Carthage 113. Carthage through the air 23 of 35 for 424. Silsby 9 of 23 for 102. Total yardage Carthage 537, Silsby 529. Turnovers, and they were big. Silsby with 4, Carthage had 2. Penalties, Carthage 7 for 70, Silsby 7 for 50, Carthage punted twice for a 47-yard average, Silsby twice for a 42-yard average. Silsby's season ends with a record of 11-3, and the Bulldogs are now also 11-3 as they go into the state semifinals next week for the 6th time in the last 8 years. They'll face the La Vega Pirates, who knocked off China Spring Thursday night by a score of 20-7. Once again, your final score from Tyler on Friday night: the Carthage Bulldogs 56 and the Silsby Tigers 40. For your Sports Beat station, I'm Larry Allen.
Clay Ihlo down here on the field with head coach Scott Surratt. Coach Surratt, overcame a couple of turnovers. You talked about that with the team there. Your motto this time of year is survive and advance. Went to the deep ball several times in the second half. Going on to next week.
Yeah, we knew they were playing us man, and Ingram goes down early after a big run, and maybe in his only run tonight. I don't know. I know he may have had 2. I don't know. But, he's our big play back. He went down, so we got to get our big plays in the air. And, and then Hardy punishes them at the end like he always does. He's just a hard-nosed kid. But defensively, we knew they were great on offense. They had averaged 48 points, and they could have easily averaged 60 because they pulled their players in the fourth quarter. So we knew how good they were on offense, and we just had to get pressure on the quarterback and create some turnovers, and we did. And, we made, like I said, we made mistakes. We got a few guys that come out with injuries. We'll hope they'll be back next week, but I don't know. We're just glad to be moving on.
Talk about Jared McLean there in the second half. He really turned it on, putting the pressure on the quarterback in that big scoop.
Yeah, there's no question. He's our guy on defense. He's got to get pressure on the quarterback, and he does. And Coach Preston did a good job. Our defense staff did a good job of blitz on his side. That way it forces him to block him one-on-one, and he's pretty tough to block one-on-one.
Next week, we're going to play Waco La Vega. Has anything been set?
It has not been set. It may be later tomorrow. We're trying to get NRG. They're waiting on a 5A and 6A in Houston, but we got a good shot at it. And then if not, it's somewhere in Dallas.
All right. Thanks, Coach Surratt. That is going to wrap up our broadcast here from Trinity Mother Frances Rose Stadium at Earl Campbell Field in Tyler, Texas. Again, your final score: the Carthage Bulldogs moving on to the semifinal round to play Waco La Vega. For Mark Harris, Larry Allen, Clay Ihlo signing off from Tyler. Good night.